Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Morning.
Jonathan Ross is reclining in a bath of cream eggs at the moment, so instead you've got David Tennant
And Catherine Tate.
We'll be with you for the next 3 hours pretending to be DJs.
It's true, happy Easter.
God help us all.
I'm not going to teach your boyfriend how to dance with you.
I think you should.
No.
That was the Black Kids, live on Radio 2 across the nation. That sounded quite natural, didn't it?
It did. We're doing very well so far.
Yeah, it's all going very well so far. It's David Tennant and Catherine Tate in for Jonathan Ross.
On your bank holiday weekend.
Yeah. The Saturday isn't actually a bank holiday,
No,
was it?
and apparently yesterday wasn't bank holiday.
Was it?
No, because the banks were open or something. So, there you go.
Well, that's interesting. So you can contact us. Do you know that? There's a piece of
People
paper
can
here.
ring in. People can ring in.
You can ring in.
But can you ring in just for a chat? Or can you ring in for only the competition?
We're doing a quiz later.
They can ring in for both.
They can ring. You can just ring in.
Just ring
if you fancy
in.
calling us.
Oh, please call.
0500 288 291.
Yeah, the phone lines for the quiz
Yeah.
are going to be open for an hour.
That's later, though.
Oh, that's later.
Don't worry about the
don't ring in
quiz.
for that.
Don't
Forget
worry about
the
the quiz. Don't ring in for the quiz now.
This is just chat.
You can text us on 88291.
And also the number 0500 288 291
Yeah.
is free.
Yeah. Is it really?
Used to be 0800 free, didn't
Yeah.
it? Now it's 0500.
There's probably something about it's not if you call from a mobile.
Okay, it's free from a BT landline. Other networks may vary and mobiles will cost more.
Yeah. Or email us. You can email david.tennant@bbc.co.uk. I've now got my own BBC.
You've got your own BBC.
address.
That's good.
That's good, isn't it?
But you would check emails. See, if I had one, I would never check it.
You've never checked your email in your life,
Don't
have
like
you?
emails. No, don't do that.
Nor answer your phone.
No, not
fact.
mobiles.
No.
Call me on the landline.
Now, listen, we have guests.
We've got
It's not just us talking drivel for 3 hours. We have
No.
guests coming up.
brilliant guests, very exciting guests, I
Very
imagine, for
exciting
you.
guests.
Exciting for me, but doubly, triply exciting for you because we have got... Who have we got coming in?
We have got playing live, not once,
Not once.
not twice,
Forget twice.
3 times this morning.
On the hour.
3 tracks from the Proclaimers live in the studio. I'm very overexcited. They've come down specially.
Especially... even though Craig's bust his rib.
Craig has bust his rib. We'll find out about that later.
Yeah,
But
we will.
they came in here a minute ago and they did like a sound check. They're standing like a metre away from us.
Touchable
It's
distance.
impossibly exciting for
It's
a boy like
very,
me.
very...
They did. I'm going to burn your playhouse down live
Yeah.
in front of us. I
That
think they're doing that later as well.
That you know the harmonica.
I know I can play the harmonica.
Is it an
riff to that
interlude?
song.
Oh, it's a riff.
Yeah, I did mention that when they were in the studio. They didn't
Yeah.
pick up on it.
They went quietly deaf, didn't they?
I think they were worried I was going to try and muscle in. So the Proclaimers here 3 times this morning.
3
playing
times,
live.
that's very good. And in between all that,
We've got Paul Merton.
we've got Paul Merton. We've also got John Barrowman.
The shy, retiring John Barrowman.
retiring John Barrowman. That's if they have coaxed him out of his house.
Yes, he's never. It's always difficult to get John Barrowman on the radio.
He's
or
not.
the
He's not
television.
one for talking.
He's not
really.
one for talking, but we're going to be very gentle with him.
We will. We will.
And hopefully we'll get him to string a sentence together.
Something.
He's
something.
got a CD here.
He's got a lovely CD.
He's got a CD which is called Music. Now, is this his second one? Actually, it's probably his 15th. I don't know.
I'm not
but I
sure.
haven't had my signed copy of this yet.
I haven't. No, I haven't had
It's yet
mine.
to arrive.
And he's got a lovely fetching
A lovely floral shirt on the
floral
cover.
shirt, which I'm quite surprised about. I don't.
Are
see-
you?
Yeah, I don't. I
don't see
thought
John
he'd
in
be
a floral
quite.
shirt?
Well, I just thought he'd be a bit, tuxy and DJ and.
He's got a range of
Has he got a
emotions
raise?
and
He's got an
expressions.
eclectic wardrobe,
Of course he does. And, as you would expect, he's on the cover of the CD. He's bashfully looking away from the lens.
He can't give eye contact to
Yeah,
the camera.
yeah.
He can't do that.
God bless him. Hopefully he'll be here later.
God willing.
We've got a quiz coming up.
Yeah, is
We
it a
don't
complicated?
really understand.
No, it's a complicated
impossibly
quiz.
complicated. They do it. It's the same one they do every week on Jonathan's show, and I don't understand it when he does it. So,
But please call in to be a contestant on that.
yeah, but that's not yet.
It's
is
not
it?
yet. Don't call in yet.
Don't call in yet.
Don't call in
Stop
yet.
asking them to call
But
in.
call in for chats now.
Call in for chats, email, or text. It's got to be the full 360 degrees interactive experience.
Wonderful experience.
Although we don't have a webcam in this studio for some reason,
No.
which is lucky because we're both doing the show naked.
That's true. I wouldn't have liked to work.
Talking
anyway.
of doing the show naked, we're in Ken Bruce's studio.
Yes. Talk me about this link.
Well, what's quite interesting is that
It's the
pinned up-
photocopy.
Obviously, because I think I'm sitting in Ken's chair.
Yes.
It's slightly warm still. I can sense him. And he's got a slightly shabbily photocopied photograph of him with Beyonce.
Well, given that it's with Beyonce, I'm surprised it hasn't
Stuck
been...
up with a bit of shabby old masking tape.
a bit of white masking
so that he's
tape.
looking at it throughout his show.
Yeah, 10 by 8 black and white photocopy.
Come on, Ken.
Go and get it.
Put it in a frame.
Put it in a frame, mate.
Shall we play another record?
Let's play another record.
Who'd you fancy?
Record.
A record?
Shaka Khan.
It's not Shaka Khan, it's Lily Allen.
Woo!
That was quite slick, wasn't it?
Very good.
Lily Allen.
Lily Allen there. That was actually for Brittany McRae.
Was it really?
No.
Or have you just been handed a text?
I have just been handed a text, and it wasn't actually the track she wanted. But it's as good as, isn't
It's as
it?
good as she's going to get, let's be honest.
And she emailed in because her dad wouldn't let her call.
Oh, Brittany's dad.
I know, Brittany's dad.
Piece of work, you.
Goodness me.
It is proof that it's live. We've just been handed a pile of
emails and texts.
Emails.
And someone's here has said, are there any Daleks in the studio in bold capitals? Do you have to write Daleks in bold capitals?
No, it's not an acronym, is it?
I don't know.
No.
If it's not, apparently that's rude because it means they're shouting.
In text speak.
In text speak.
Yeah.
But anyway,
there was a lot of text speak going on here.
That was love Emily and William Coates.
Oh.
I know.
We could just spend 3 hours giving shout-outs, couldn't we?
Big shout going out to the Emily and Coates.
Hello, I love you two. Can you give the Dennison family a big shout-out? I'm literally just
That's what you're going to do.
I'm on radio
Come on.
Nowhereville. Family, a big shout-out. Who I'm with in the car driving to our halls to Cornwall. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Yeah, not great.
Lynn Trust's not
going
to be great with that one.
Lynn Trust's not loving that one, no. But, well, yes, it actually
very
happens.
exciting.
You read these things out and people text in. And
someone also texted in, I think we'll both like this in equal amounts. Hello, Dav and Cat.
Oh, I love that.
I love that.
Yeah. Is that Cat with a K?
It's Cat with a K.
Great.
It's Cat with a K. Are you sweating? Which, it just gets even better. Are you sweating? Interesting request. Don't worry.
Sweating.
Don't worry. You're doing great. Paul the Sad Scouser.
Oh, why is he sad?
Paul, I don't know. Don't call yourself sad.
Don't be sad. So we have to interview people later, which is alarming, frankly.
Yeah.
Neither of us are exactly trained in the arts,
No,
the subtle arts of interviewing.
Just trained in the arts of ducking questions.
Yes. What's your favourite question that you get asked in interviews?
My favourite question is, what attracted you to the role?
Yeah.
Which I suppose, I think people would assume that's a perfectly valid question to ask.
It is.
But not to an actor. What attracted you to the role? They offered it to me.
Yeah. It was that or Jeremy Kyle for another week. So that's Paul Merton now. What attracted you to the role?
What attracted you to the role?
Have I got news for you?
Yeah.
Now in its 33rd series.
Series, I know.
How many series do they do a year, though? Because the maths doesn't work out.
No, because it's not been going for
85 years old.
years. Must do 4 a year.
They must have. You ever been on it?
No, I haven't. No, I think I don't know that. You see, I don't read newspapers,
No.
so I wouldn't know what was going on.
No.
And
No.
Have you?
No, I haven't done it.
Never done
no.
it. Never wanted to do the guest hosting.
No, I wouldn't mind, but then you might have to make nasty jokes about people. I don't
Yes,
like
it's
that.
not good.
Yeah, yeah.
And they also do that thing where at the background your face is squashed.
What you mean on the
pictures?
billboards at the back?
Yeah, I think that's a bit cruel as well. Yeah. It's not very nice.
Oh, just be nice to people. My least favourite question is when they say, "What does it feel like to, whatever? What does it feel like to play Doctor Who?"
Like? Yeah.
I mean, what does it feel like? It feels like chocolate rainbows.
Yeah,
what does
that's
it
what
feel
feels
like?
Yeah, it feels like jam sandwiches.
What do you say?
I don't know. It's very difficult. It's really difficult to keep trying to sound interesting.
What does it feel like to be Paul Merton?
I'm going to ask Paul Merton what attracted him to the role of being Paul Merton.
Yes.
And what's it feel like to be Paul Merton?
That's it.
Let's
We're
do that.
sorted. That's all you need to do.
It'd be interesting to know what it feels like to be John Barrowman.
Well, we'll definitely find that out later.
We will find
if
that
we
out.
can coax him out of his shell.
Oh, yeah, we don't know that he's coming in yet. Listen, that's
No,
not a given.
it's never a
That's
given.
never a given with John.
No.
You never
Because
know.
he's probably only got the 3 or 4 things to promote at the moment.
Yes, exactly. So it's a quiet week.
Music.
Music.
Available
with my
now.
flowery shirt.
Yeah, yes. And the bashful
What are some of the tracks?
Some of the tracks on Music.
Available in all good retail outlets.
What About Us?
I don't know that one. Is that
Is
his
that
own?
there's a Michael Jackson song that's like, what about us? No?
Oh, what do you mean? What about sunshine? No.
Something like that. It's
Oh,
probably
I
not
don't know
that.
that.
Can't take my eyes off of you.
Da-na, 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 da. We don't need John Barrowman.
No, he can stay at home. You'll think of me.
Don't know that one.
I made it through the rain. You don't...
Oh,
you don't-
that's a Barry Manilow song.
Is it Give Us a Blast?
I made it through the rain. Is that it? I kept myself protected. He had an umbrella.
Really?
That's all that was. Don't boast about that.
I made it through the rain because I had an umbrella. You don't have to say you love me. Just
be good in bed or something. Are you allowed to say that?
No, that's, oh dear, don't. You have to be careful, especially on this show.
You don't have to say you love me. Just be...
Because you can. Just be
because
there.
you can.
No.
Just be close at hand.
Just be close
Which
at hand.
I think
Well
is even
done.
more ominous,
Much
to be
more
honest.
likely. Uptown girl. She's been living in her uptown world.
Oh, I wonder...
yeah.
Oh, he's not done a video, has he?
We could get him to do a video. We'll switch the webcam on especially for that. Angel. Oh, that could be anything, couldn't it? I know him so well.
I know him so
Solo
well.
version. Oh, it's on twice. I know him. That's no one in your life is with you constantly.
Elaine Page, Barbara Dickinson. Who's
Exactly.
going to be wearing the furry
John
hat
Barrowman.
next?
And who's he doing it with?
Well, solo
Somebody-
version.
some-
It's both John and John.
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 No, there's two versions.
John. There's two versions.
Maybe he's doing
John's
it-
singing both parts.
In his American and in his Scottish.
John.
Oh look!
American
In fact, in the CD sleeve, there are pictures of John talking to himself.
This is only really funny if you can see it.
Oh, where's a webcam when you need it?
need it.
Oh, listeners, John will be in later. We'll be asking him about all this.
Oh,
and
let me
more.
see, because I
Look,
didn't even
look,
get
look.
one. You moaned about getting one that wasn't signed. I didn't get one at all.
This isn't mine. This is Radio 2.
That's amazing. That's like that film. Is it Dave? Duplicity
yeah.
or
But both of them,
multiplicity?
all of them.
All of those.
They're all the same.
That is John. That's amazing.
3 Johns.
That's the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil
Yes.
kind of thing.
I don't know
Nobody
what
knows
the
what
one
we're
on the
talking
end's
about.
doing.
No. Anyway, look.
Listen,
no,
listen,
no.
now we're just talking about pictures you can't see.
Pictures you can't see.
This is what DJs don't do. This is
what I know.
this is why
I
it's
know.
not
I
going
know.
very well.
And we have been told to pretend there's someone in the room.
Yes, as if you're
Someone in
chatting
the
to your
room who
friend.
doesn't know
Yes.
us.
That's the Radio 2 official line on how to be cool on the radio. We're
Yeah.
failing miserably.
Oh, dear.
Do you know what DJs also do? They do that thing of talking over the intro
But they-
and coming out just before the lyrics. We
Oh,
should try
do
that
they?
now. We should try that.
Okay. I
Yeah.
thought they weren't allowed to do that anymore. Or is it just when they kept dipping it down?
Crash the
Remember they
lyrics
kept-
is called.
Yeah, crash
You
the
talk
lyrics.
right up to there and then you just come out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
So this is... Well, here we go.
Here we
We're
go.
rolling.
It's
This
the
is,
pop singer's Fear of the Pollen Count.
It is. It's the Divine Comedy.
Oh, you
hear me?
failed.
God of Love! Oh, that takes you back, doesn't
It
it?
takes you back.
ABC.
But you didn't do so well on the intro, did you?
I nearly got it.
You chose the only record that's got a 4-second intro.
Yeah.
And crashed the lyrics.
We can try that again. There's a few more tracks to come.
Because one of the tracks... Can we say what one of the tracks are? Yeah. Or should we just save it?
Let's
save it. Save it.
Save it for one of our listeners at home.
One of our listeners is in Italy at the
really?
moment, and it's Ellis, and she's ringing in from Italy.
Why do you do that?
I know.
Is that the magic of the World Wide Web?
It is.
You
I
wouldn't
think
know
it
about
is.
that, Catherine.
I wouldn't know about
It's
that.
a thing
just
that you do with computers.
Someone's typed it. Forget that.
Yeah.
Surfing the net.
Well, I don't know.
What's that mean?
Now, do you know what we get to do now? We get to welcome into the studio, all the way from... How do you say it?
All the way from Octamuti. Is that right?
Nearly. It's the Proclaimers, Craig and
Mutti.
Charlie. Achtermachti.
Achtermachti.
You've got to get the phlegm in the back of your throat. It's Craig and Charlie, the Proclaimers. They're here. Oh, yes.
Ooh, hello.
Live in the studio. Good morning. How are you?
Hello.
All right.
How you doing?
Good.
How's your rib?
I actually got broken outside by David's fans.
Oh,
Yeah.
There was a
That's not
scrum
quite
outside
true,
Radio 2
Craig,
here.
is it?
No, I confess it was last Saturday morning.
Yeah.
You
must put terrible
much
strains on
vodka.
police resources whenever you appear in a town, David, given the fact that how many people are
There
outside.
were no police
crushing
out there
against the
today.
wall. No?
People in West 1 who live in West 1, their council tax has gone up by £25 today.
But why did you fall over? And
I
hit
fell
yourself
over
against the
because I
table?
fell over because I was drunk.
At least you're candid.
So
At least you're not.
there is no excuse that I fell over because I was drunk.
Yeah. It's very lovely to have you here this morning.
It's nice to be here.
You've come down especially for this.
Yes.
Is it true you couldn't fly because of
I
your...
couldn't fly. The doctor said you can't fly, but I could take the train. So we took the
Just
train
like
from
Batman.
from Edinburgh yesterday.
You can't fly because of a
because
broken
the pressure
leg?
it kind of puts kind of stuff on your on your rib, you know.
Gosh.
But is singing safe?
It's
Gonna
the
find out
doctor
pretty
said.
soon.
No,
Yeah,
the
we
doctor
are.
said it's actually beneficial because it kind of moves the
Right.
fluid around it and it kind of disperses that. So, been doing a bit of singing this week.
So we're not going to have an exploding lung live on Radio 2.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
What? Now you're not. You've got a new album coming out, but
We're not going to do it because we didn't really rehearse it very well. The new stuff, but the new album
That's
is
because you
coming
fell
out.
over drunk. Isn't it?
Yeah, because the
Too
new
busy
album I
celebrating
think,
how
is
good it is.
coming
Yeah.
out on June the 15th, and it's called Notes and Rhymes, and it's very, very good. But we're going to do some older stuff this
That's
morning.
brilliant. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
You've been because you've been releasing because for the first few years that you were out, we had to wait a long time for Proclaimer's album.
Yeah.
But you've been quite prolific in the last few years.
The muse has come back a wee bit, and we've been
Oh, it's
doing a lot.
great.
The last 8 years or something, we've done 5 records, so it's
Yeah.
been it's
Oh,
been
it's-
most productive period by a long way that we've ever had.
And
you know.
each one a classic, may I say.
Thank you very much, Dave. Thank you very much.
I think
Checks
we're
in the
going
post.
to play a record while you set up. Well, you look pretty set up to me,
Pretty set.
to be honest. Should we just go for it?
Yeah.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, live on Radio
Don't
2.
crash the lyrics.
It's the Proclaimers.
Wow.
Burn Your Players down from your first ever album, right?
That's right.
Are you going to be? You're going to be like touring your career as we go through the months.
Well, I'll tell you what,
We'll play one album every show.
we're just back from. We did quite a few acoustic shows in America.
Yeah.
And it's the first time we've done acoustic shows in about 20 years. And we're going back in May to do some more. So we're playing a few excerpts from that.
Brilliant.
That
Is
show.
that because the band were getting too expensive?
Yeah.
To be honest, it's getting expensive to go to America full stop, you know, in terms of you come down here, wait for your visa, go over there, the exchange rate being what it is, you know. And the idea is really to spend a lot more time there. So to do that, you have to kind of slim it down a wee bit.
You can't be leaving. You can't leave Achtermachty for America.
Well, look, we'll take the boys later on, and they'll take certainly the British stuff and the stuff we'll be doing with the band.
Right.
But I don't know beyond that, and then we're going to Australia at the end of the year as well. So because we've got a good offer to do that, so that's pretty good. We'll mix and match between acoustic and the band stuff. You know?
It's very exciting. I can't tell you how exciting it is.
It's like the difference between you
literally.
mixing Doctor Who with Hamlet. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's a very similar analogy. Yes.
Exactly.
Hamlet had no CGI, for instance. Yeah. We'll play another. What are we playing now?
Are we not going for Once in My Life?
Oh, bit of Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, a bit of Stevie.
Should we do the lyric thing again?
Yes,
Go
okay,
on.
let's do it.
So this is
It's Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie
and,
Wonder.
a classic. You can't just say Stevie
You
Wonder.
can't. Okay, Stevie Wonder, the early years, his greatest hits from the greatest hits
This
album.
is the only track in the playlist today that you recognise, isn't it?
It's one of the few.
Oh, not bad. Stevie Wonder.
There you go. That was better.
Better.
I mean, he's still singing.
He was still.
But he's
yeah.
quite low.
We've crashed the end now.
I know.
That's
not
that's
good.
never going to work.
It's
is it?
not good.
Yeah. We have to read the.
Oh, okay.
competition
The thing
stuff
that
now.
I was saying before.
Yeah.
I didn't
That
say.
now is the time. We have to be very careful about this.
Why?
Well, because competitions on the BBC now.
Oh, you've got to be
Everyone's-
careful about
You've got to be
everything.
careful. Got to be careful about everything.
Okay.
Blue Peter pets get sacrificed if we do it wrong.
Oh, it's
That's
true.
a joke. That's a joke.
It's a joke. No pets.
No
were
pets will
harmed.
be harmed.
No.
Unless
Not on
Catherine
air.
gets this wrong.
Froggy went to flirting.
That's the name of the competition. It's not just a random collection of words at the top of that piece of paper.
So now we are definitely and officially now looking for two contestants
Yes.
today. To take in.
To have a chance of
have a
taking part, you have to get the words right. BBC compliance, honestly.
I'm just going to read it. Don't
Just read
improvise
it.
round
Just
the.
read it. Don't improvise.
Look, we're looking for two contestants today. To have a chance for taking part in the competition, you need to call.
0500 288 291.
The phone lines will be open now and stay open for an hour.
The number again, it's 0500 288 291.
Please note calls to this number are free from a BT landline. Other networks may vary, and mobiles will cost more.
They will cost more, probably. How come BT get a plug? How does that happen in this BBC compliance universe?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
It's David Tennant and Catherine Tate. We're sitting in for Jonathan Ross, who's smearing himself in Easter eggs all weekend, so he can't be here.
With his many dogs.
With his many dogs. You know about Jonathan's dogs.
I do know
don't you?
about Jonathan's
Why
dogs.
is that, Catherine?
Because he gave me one, thank
He
you.
gave you one of his dogs.
He gave
Your
me
little twinkle.
My little twinkle.
Yeah, who's the size of a handbag.
She is. She's the size of a little bat. Oh, she's so beautiful. I would never carry her in a handbag, though.
No?
It's not. It isn't good for them. Dogs weren't made to be carried.
They weren't.
No. You can get these bags where their heads come through the side, though, apparently.
Really?
I imagine in America.
Do you dress Twinkle up?
Look, it's really funny to dress them up. There's no getting away from it. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And for Halloween, if you've not got a pair of devil's horn and a red satin cape on your pet, then shame on you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
That's just...
It's so funny. And for
it's
Christmas...
funny at the expense of your poor dog, no?
Oh, no, it's just cute. Not if she wasn't, feeling it or not being happy, but she was. And for Christmas Day...
How do you know?
Oh, come on, you know.
You let her sleep in the bed with you, don't you?
I do.
That's disgusting.
It's not.
That is mean.
It's lovely. It's like having a little hot water bottle.
Ooh.
And they circle and circle and circle, and then she drops down.
Yeah, that's because they're wolves or something, isn't it?
It's because they're pack animals.
Yeah, no, but the circling is...
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, something about wolves.
Something about
evolution. And wolves and something like that.
Yeah. Oh, lovely.
Lovely.
But for Christmas Day, she had a fur trim red velvet dress. My mum got very annoyed. She said, "You can't walk down the street like that."
Your mum was right.
She was no.
Come on, and you then go
really
walking Twinkle on the heath with a little fur.
Not in her frock. No, not in her frock. No, she's got to be.
How do you call for that?
I know.
Heel Twinkle.
Heel Twinkle.
She looks like a little monkey, doesn't she?
She does.
Yeah,
really.
She
sweet.
is quite cute.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So, I'll phone in for the competition.
0500 288 291. We've got Paul Merton coming up in a minute.
I know.
If he's here. Is he here? He's finally arrived.
He is.
Yes. Is that him in the studio? No, he's hiding round the corner. We've got Easter eggs. Do you know there's a box of Easter eggs been delivered to the studio as well?
That's very kind.
What would be your Easter egg of choice?
Easter egg of choice? Oh, gosh. It would be milk chocolate.
Yes, of course.
It would be milk, although I'm quite interested to try Willy's Chocolate Factory.
Willy's
because he's doing Willy's Wonky's Factory.
Willy Harcourt Coos.
Very good.
Have you been watching his...
I have been watching that.
Channel 4...
Channel 4.
Willy's Wonky
everyday
Factory
show.
Chocolate.
Well, it was Willy's Wonky Chocolate Factory. Now it just seems to be called Willy or something. Because I don't think the Chocolate Factory's wonky anymore. Chocolate Factory's up and running now.
Is he doing all right?
Oh, yeah. He had to hand wrap his bars because lo and behold, the machine broke down on Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, you've got to fill that show with drama of some kind.
You have to.
Postman makes chocolate. What are you going to say?
But he's doing very high-end dark chocolate, and I'm not really a fan of dark chocolate.
No, it's quite a good show. If you've never seen this, faithful listener, you won't know what we're talking about. It's a Channel 4...
it's a Channel 4 documentary following
a posh bloke and his family as they make posh chocolate.
And he's been doing this for 15 years, and he's a big friend of...
Who?
Marco Pierre White.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Right.
I was about to say Marco Polo, and I thought that doesn't ring true.
Yes, yeah, he's dead, Marco Polo.
Yeah.
And he'll always do, but there's a sort of recipe show as well, isn't there? Because he'll always do a bit of something in it.
No, that's Hell's Kitchen.
No,
that's on soon.
The one I've seen, Willy's Chocolate Factory, and there's a bit where he goes, "I'm just going to rustle something quickly up for the kids because," and he'll make
it always involves chocolate, doesn't it? Yeah. We're having fish and chips and a side order of chocolate.
Exactly.
Sauce. Yeah.
I'm making an omelette, just grating some chocolate in. That's his.
Because it's plain chocolate. It's not very sweet. It's cacao. It's cacao.
Cacao with 900% cacao beans.
But I'm quite interested to try that. I'll be interested to go and get some of that. But my chocolate of choice would probably be... It would probably be... there's too many to choose from.
Actually, I think... Well, you're quite a fussy eater at the best of times, so I would imagine... I'd imagine it takes you quite a long time to settle.
It takes a long time. If the tin foil's not the right colour, forget it.
Yeah, quite. I must say, for me, it would always be on the cheaper end. It's the sort of...
Yeah.
It's the sort of one you'd buy in W.H. Smith rather than the one
What do you mean? Not chocolate flavour? You don't like a bit of chocolate flavoured coating?
Come on, be serious.
Yeah.
No, but you're more...
You mean you don't want... I
just want a straightforward... I don't want one of those...
You don't want a triple milled, smooth...
No.
Dark.
I just want chocolate that tastes like it did when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, I sound like some old, dreadful
Don't give me none of that new stuff.
Don't give me any of this newfangled nonsense.
No. And also, please, don't start flavouring it with alcohol.
No, never.
Don't do that.
Don't do that with anything that is sweet. Don't be putting sherry in a trifle.
Don't do
you
it.
dare.
Don't do it.
It just mucks up the taste of childhood.
Exactly. What was perfectly lovely, you've put... Oh, God, you've put... Can you say God? Oh,
well, you've said it now.
Dear.
That's
Twice.
another Blue Peter pet down.
Twice in the question.
Yeah, that's the tortoise being tortured in hibernation.
Oh, dear.
Just joking, listeners.
Just joking.
Nothing is happening to the Blue Peter pets. Let's play a record, and after this we'll get TV's Paul Merton in.
Oh.
And we'll try and be interviewers. This could...
What attracts you to the role of being Paul Merton?
Yeah, what does it feel like to be Paul
Merton?
Okay, Okay, let's try the lyrics.
Okay.
Crashing the lyrics, DJ Speak. Oh,
It's not coming. Oh, it's
Nothing's
not happening.
Oh, it's all
not
going
happening.
wrong.
Oh, no.
Go!
Emotion it was.
There's no intro. That's it. It's just started. This is the Killers. I can't stay. Oh. Paul Merton was just trying to sabotage us by chatting to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't be doing
wouldn't
that.
sit.
It's an old trick.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Paul Merton.
Thank you very
Good
much.
morning.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm very pleased to be here, and thank you for giving me this time.
It's nothing to do with us, to be honest. It's radio time.
I'm very popular around here.
We're not really interviewers, you might have guessed.
Yes, I can tell. Do you want me to start talking?
You just start
would
talking. What are the questions?
What's he going on about now? He's mentioned trumpets. I'll
Yeah.
come back to the subject in hand. Do you know what I'm doing, David? I'm travelling around the country.
We know that.
We do know what you're doing.
know that.
We do know what you're doing.
Paul Merton's Silent Clowns.
Indeed, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
What is that? Exactly?
It's what I'm doing. I'm travelling around with a musician, Neil Brand, and we've taken around clips of Charlie Chaplin and Laurel and Hardy, plus a full-length Buster Keaton film called Seven Chances. And basically, we're showing these silent films as they normally would have been seen in the past, back in the 1920s, on a huge screen with live music and a big audience. And it transforms the experience of it, because if you know silent films from TV, you know it as one thing sometimes where the film's running too fast, or it's got the wrong sort of music on it, always on a small screen. It's awful. You really can't judge it from that. And what's happening, I'm glad to say we got a 5-star review in the Yorkshire Post this morning, so
Excellent.
we are really
Well
pleased
done.
with it. So we're travelling all over the place. We're going to Scotland, we're going to Inverness, we're going to Perth, we're going to Aberdeen, so we're going to all these places, and there's a real buzz about it, so it's very exciting.
And you'll introduce it and talk about it?
I'll introduce it. There's a film that we found that's made in 1911, a French film called Artem Swallows His Clarinet. Now, it's the most accurately named film you've ever seen in your life.
Does he do what it says on the box?
It's 4 minutes long, and you won't come away saying, well, I wanted him to swallow his clarinet more than he did. You will have said, I've seen something that will stay with me for the rest of my life. And it's great. It's a surreal film. As I say, it's only 4 minutes long, but it's a surreal film before the term surrealism was even coined. It's from 1911.
Wow.
And presumably also before there were special effects which would allow you to swallow.
Yes, well, he's sort
such
of
a thing.
he's got sort of half the clarinet in his mouth, and the second half is sticking out the top of his head. It's quite an arresting image when you first see it. The people of Birmingham last night, all 500 people, will never forget that moment. They needed counselling immediately afterwards, but then they were right for the second half.
Where did you find this? What did you find?
Well, you know, the
silent
extraordinary
film?
thing these days, the world of the DVD, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you wanted to collect this stuff. It was all in archives all around the world. But now, because of DVD, it doesn't cost much to put this stuff on there. So actually, you go to one of the sort of popular websites and just look up early French silent film. People will send you DVDs full of the stuff. It's
Right.
amazing.
So, to be clear, does he not swallow his clarinet?
Yes, he does.
Because
But
wasn't there
Is
a
it
it
like
goes
Mr.
through his
Monge
head,
too?
basically.
Mr. Monge too.
Mr.
That's
Monge
what I
too,
was
who
trying to
actually
think about.
ate things.
He did.
It's not like that though.
Was that true?
No.
He did eat things.
Mr. Monge too ate a
Mr.
plane.
Monge too.
He eats a
It was a
plane.
French burger. It used to be on Record Breakers when you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
a kid.
Oh,
he,
yes.
He ate stuff.
Yes,
he
I
ate
remember
all sorts of
somebody like
things.
that.
He had these horrible teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He obviously crunched it all down.
Oh,
Yeah.
so he just ate it. He didn't
Didn't
swallow it whole.
he eat a 747 jet mid-air above Dallas? And then they had to crash landing because he'd eaten one of the wings.
Something like that. Yeah. No, I think he actually ate a plane. I think that was his
bit
big...
by bit, bolt by bolt.
Yeah.
Yes.
This was in the days when that was entertainment, of course. I don't think you'd get away with that prime time now.
It's slow.
It is. It takes a long time.
You know.
Yeah.
You'd make you could make sponsorship for a Volkswagen. Perhaps Volkswagen would sponsor one of their own
Yes.
cars being eaten. But I think, but for a plane, it's overdoing it. It's over egging the pudding.
Wonder what happened to him. He probably got indigestion and died.
I think.
But not.
Sponsored by
That's
Rene.
not
I
the case
should
of
think he
this.
probably couldn't fly because he set off the metal detectors.
Well, yes. He did have funny teeth. I think they were metal or something.
Yeah.
And you've got to now. So what do you actually do? Well, if we turn up
Me.
to see?
Do you
Paul
do a
Merton
Q&A
Froggy
after? Is it not Q&A?
No, I don't
It's
do that.
more
No,
of a-
but what we do is we start off by sort of we show them a clip from a guy called Snub Pollard, who heavily influenced the Wallace and Gromit films in a small way. That he's an inventor. And some of the gags you can see are Wallace and Gromit gags in a good way. I'm not saying they stole them. So that gives people an immediate sort of, oh right, okay, so this visual stuff is still around today, but we don't often think about it. But actually, there's always physical, visual humour around. You think of something like You've Been Framed, people falling over, Auntie Mary falling over on the polished wedding floor. She's had too many sherries. We laugh at people falling over in a basic form, and kids find adults falling over extremely funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it disturbs a normal pattern, doesn't it? Where the adults are telling them what to do and they're being the sensible ones, and suddenly they're falling over, hitting each other with bricks and things.
Yeah.
They think that's hilarious. They love it.
Yeah.
Have you always loved silent films? Is it something?
Yeah, I think from seeing it initially on television, but then going to a cinema here in London when I was about 13 and seeing the film called The General, Buster Keaton film on a big screen.
Oh, yeah.
And and I think it's the combination of the music and the picture together, the live music, which really sort of carries it off. I did want to say one thing. I mean, I've got a lot of dates here, but there's one thing I wanted to mention: the Hackney Empire 10th of May, because I'm hiring we've got a 5-piece band that night. So instead of the pianist, we're going to have a drummer, a violinist, a guitarist, a pianist. And that is really something when you've got a 5-piece band playing. And I think people just really get the sort of fact that these films are not just being shown for sort of like a nostalgic sort of, isn't it quaint sort of thing. I'm showing them because I think the best of them still work in a very funny way, and they do, and that's great,
So people genuinely are finding it funny?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's
It'd be a miserable tour by now if they hadn't.
Well, yeah. But it
There's not much I can do.
No, I suppose. But it could exist just as something, sort of a piece of history.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's the idea is it must be entertaining. It has to be entertaining, and also the criteria as well is to find the best possible print that you can, because a lot of this stuff is very dark these days because it wasn't particularly well kept back in the 1920s or whatever. So when they see the quality of the picture and the quality of the music, and just 500 people laughing at visual stuff, unlike cinema, with words, you don't. If you look away from the screen for a moment, the whole thing's gone. So it takes a certain amount of focus, like radio takes a certain amount of focus, and I think that's the focus that's being repaid when they come to see these films.
And who is coming to see it? Are you finding a cross section? Are children coming?
Yeah, we get I sort of say of anybody over the age of 7, really. Sort of if they're a bit younger than that, it might get a bit dull. But no, we had a couple of 4-year-olds in the other day who just loved it. They loved every time a man falls over on screen. They thought this is the funniest thing they've ever seen.
And that happens a lot, doesn't it?
It does happen a lot.
A lot
in
falling
those.
over. Yeah.
But there is there's a real structure and there's a cleverness in these films, as I show with the Buster Keaton film 7 Chances, which is a feature, which in those terms means it's only 50 minutes long, but it's a long film of its time. There's a proper storyline, there's a proper structure, there's brilliantly told gags, and story is told brilliantly visually, and it really is a sort of heart of cinema, the root of good cinema. Hitchcock always used to prefer to he used to be described just the standard 2-shot of going to that person as photographs of people talking.
Yes.
And he liked to have the visuals. And if you think of all the visual moments in Hitchcock films that you enjoy, none of them have got any dialogue. There's the shower scene, there's the crop dusting scene in North by Northwest, and he tells the story through the visual, and at its purest, that's what cinema is, I suppose.
You did a documentary recently about Hitchcock.
Yes, I did, yes. And fascinating man, I loved him. He was and technicians loved working with him as well. He had an understanding of cameras and lenses which baffled people, how he could know exactly what was being shot.
I only saw the end of your documentary. I caught the end of it by chance, and I wish I'd seen the whole thing because I love about Hitchcock.
I think it'll be repeated at some point.
I hope so. But that scene at the end of Frenzy where they come down the stairs.
Yes. Yes.
And the lengths they went to create. I mean, nowadays it would be done, either through computer graphics.
Yes, exactly. He completely understood how an audience works. So when he was growing up, he used to go to theatre all the time, West End theatre, plays, opening nights. He was avid, and he'd sit amongst the audience. And I think that's what gave him a real instinct of how you can play an audience. I mean, you understand as performers what I mean by that, a live audience. And he would sort of like in cinema, if you think about it, for example, that shot coming down Frenzy, all he's showing you is a camera slowly moving down some stairs. It shouldn't be as tense making as it is, but because we've seen a horrible murder early on, he knows just a slowly moving camera, no flashy editing, or just slowly moving away from the door. It's absolutely chilling.
Yeah.
And your tour is quite extensive, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We're going all over the place. Yeah, we're in Leicester tonight, the Montfort Hall.
So you're going up there tonight?
Yeah, I've just seen the dates.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a bunch.
Yeah, I mean we've got about 500 people coming tonight in Leicester. I'm just sort of trying to just get the extra gilt on the pudding. If you put gilt on the pudding, do you put gilt on the pudding?
Well, Mr. Monge 2 would eat it.
Yes, Mr. Monge 2 would eat anything. What wouldn't Mr. Monge? Why is he called Mr. Monge 2?
Monge 2
Because it eats everything.
Oh, is that what it means?
Yeah.
I thought it was French for green bean or something.
It's this. Well,
but it's the green green bean. You eat all of the green beans.
French is like another language, isn't it? I mean,
It is.
what's
It's like
going on?
Chinese.
I know. So, but yes, and so we've got a couple of French films in it, so we are going all over the place, yeah. And what the joy of it is actually is that sort of, and I'm here just to sort of just see if I get a few more people in because there's a real buzz about it, and it is great fun, and so much is down to Neil Brand, the pianist, because just you can appreciate the music, very important to the image, and if it's not, it completely ruins the film.
Is he improvising live every night?
He is, yes, and he's finding little gags in the film that he's now been able to make work just by what he does on the piano.
Fantastic.
So it's a constant interaction that goes on. You know, it's not like a film once it's made and it's cut and it's done. Then there it is. It's sort of you can subtly bring out different elements on it according to what the music is doing.
When are you in London? That's
We're
not
on
here?
10th of May, Hackney Empire. That's the one that's going to have the.
Okay, so that's after you've done all this.
Yeah, all those ones.
Does it cost more the night that's got a full band?
No, not the people coming in. It doesn't cost them anything. It doesn't cost them any extra. It might cost me a bit more.
You're taking a pay
So
cut.
this is your thing. You're not just a hired hand here.
No,
You
no.
make this
I've
happen.
chosen the clips and everything, and I worked out what films we should show, and I've transferred them onto sort of digibeta tape so we get the best possible quality. So it's all about.
Are you a bit of a film geek?
No, luckily, and neither the 500 people that came to Birmingham.
I don't mean. Listen, I do not say geek as a bad thing. As a lifelong geek of
really?
many
Geek
things,
chic.
I think.
So where's your element of geekdom live? What is your geek land? What's in your geek land?
I'm a bit of a geek about. Well, I was a bit of a geek about Doctor Who before.
Were
I did
you?
it. I probably still am. And
See, there's a
yeah, bit of
classic
geek
way
about
of something
music,
reinventing itself. I mean,
Well,
incredible. Who would have thought that sort of 6
No,
or
so
7 years ago?
geek for me is not a pejorative term. I mean that in a good way. Enthusiast might be the more euphemistic way of putting it. But
Yes.
you're a film enthusiast
Rather than slavish fanatic. Yeah, but film enthusiast. Yeah,
you're
exactly.
slightly autistic about it.
No, exactly.
So was the BBC 4 series your idea, or did they?
Yes, that again
come
was
to
something that it's really.
So it's just a lifelong thing, and so
Yeah, absolutely.
you were
When
able
I
to
was
explore
13
it.
years old, and then I don't know, probably about 6 or 7 years ago, I thought I'd do something about it. And it's one of those things. If you're passionate about it, people can pick up on that passion. And if actually the films that you're showing are worthy of the passion that you're generating, then they come away thinking that was absolutely wonderful. Which is what's been happening. So it's culturally extremely significant that films from 1911 are still being shown and are still working.
Yeah.
And
with an audience.
Is the famous? Is that a Buster Keaton film? Where he's standing in the building.
Yes, I
collapsing?
think we show that bit because the front of that, the front of that house comes off. It weighs 3.5 tons. The clearance around his shoulders is 2.5 inches on the shoulder and top of his head. The assistant director was so petrified of the whole idea. He retired to a nearby hotel and was praying with a Christian Scientist.
Wow.
Goodness.
While the shot was going on. And Buster wanted it to be as dangerous as it was because he wanted the top window to look like a real window. If it made it big enough for it would easily pass over him, then he thought people would see the gag. He didn't want them to see the gag, he wanted them to think it was going to hit him.
And he did all his. I mean, in those days, you actually did do all your own
There was
stunts.
no health and safety
Rather than
at
nowadays,
all.
go, I do all my own stunts, and you're,
You
3
don't.
miles
No,
away
he
and
seriously
I'm
did. He used to say, well, a stuntman can't fall in a funny way. I can fall in a
that's
funny way,
interesting.
Yeah. Did he ever hurt himself?
Yeah, he broke his neck once. He sort of several bones. He in a film called Sherlock Junior, he was jumping on the long top of a moving train and grabbed the sort of huge water pipe that pushed him down to the track with some force. Got a terrible headache. 15 years later, he's having a medical for some film job, and he said, "When did you break your neck?" He said, "I've never broken my neck." They said, "Well, we've got this growth here where there's this callus is growing. You must have done." And he thought, "Well, could it have been when I was running the top of the speeding train and I grabbed this water pipe and hurt him 30 feet to the ground?"
That's got to be one of the contenders for it, isn't it?
And the doctor looked at the box and ticked the box that said, "Yes, I was travelling on top of a train at 30 miles an hour."
Yeah.
So he was an extremely tough guy, and the thing that's him and Chaplin as well, they really lived for their films and lived and breathed them, and really sort of put in tremendous work into making the best films they could, and that's why with the best of these films it still pays off today. The effort they put in still works with a live audience.
Do you think Keaton's the master? Do you think he's the
Keaton, Chaplin, Stan Laurel, I mean, they're all brilliant.
Yeah, but who's the best, Paul?
Charlie Chaplin.
Is he?
He is really, in terms of sort of history, in terms like when he started making films in 1914, there was just a bunch of people in the park kicking each other, hitting each other over the head with bricks. In 7 years, he transformed the whole of film comedy into a thing where you could make a film called The Kid, an hour-long film that touched all kinds of emotions, sorrow, grief, great joy, great hilarity, and he was able to show that you can do all that without words, and that was his achievement. So it was like Shakespeare, you know, or somebody just suddenly coming along out of the blue, suddenly it was completely different before he arrived, it was completely different when he left.
Right.
Made a big impact.
Is it physical comedy that you still find most funny?
Yeah, you know, I think we all do. You know, somebody falling over, and when's it coming up to the news? It looks like it's getting very close.
He's helping us out, you see.
Oh, look
At
so
that.
Sweet.
We're so bad at it that the guests are telling us what happens next. But you're sticking around there, aren't you?
I am, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I have to read this out now. I've got a bit of paper in front of me.
What have you got?
This is BBC Radio 2, online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. Come on.
I never got that. Yeah.
Happy hour again. It is happy.
It is.
This is the second happy hour for David
11.
Tennant and Catherine Tate, sitting in for Jonathan Ross. And we're joined by Paul Merton.
Paul Merton is still with us.
Yes. I'm still here, yes.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, Paul,
Yes.
when you were a stand-up, when you used to
Yes.
stand up, did you ever blank out on stage?
I did once. I was on stage very drunk at the Comedy Store. I wasn't booked, so this was coming from another gig after that show. So people used to congregate at the Comedy Store. For some reason, I went on stage once, introduced as Len Badger, who I think was an ex-footballer for Sheffield United sometime in the 1970s.
Was that your idea?
No, I think it was Tim Clark's idea. So I went along with that, and so I went on stage very drunk, and I attempted to speak, and somebody told me in no uncertain terms to sort of get off the stage. And I can still remember just my drunken stupor just slowly turning in my head. It took forever to look vaguely into the distance and said, "Who said that?" And that's when a part of my brain said, "Get off stage now." That is the worst possible comeback you could ever use.
Yeah.
Just get off.
Invite them.
Walk, Mr. Badger. Walk. And I did. So I got off within about 7 seconds, but it could have turned nasty if I'd been there for another 10.
Yeah.
We were just saying during the news, I saw you when I was at drama school.
Yes.
With the Comedy Store players up
the
in
Comedy
Glasgow.
Store
You
players.
came and did and you were on
Yes,
tour.
we've been going for years, yeah.
On the Renfrew Ferry.
Renfrew Ferry, yes.
Which was an
big one of
actual
those.
ferry.
Yes.
That had gigs in it. And you're still doing that. You still do.
Yeah, we still do every Sunday and Wednesday at the Comedy Store. I'm on this tour at the moment, so I'm not there for the next few weeks. But generally speaking, yeah, since 1985, we've been doing it twice a week.
And that's always taking on a suggestion from the audience. And
yeah, it's
the whole
the
show
great
is
thing about
unplanned.
it is because it is improvised. It is completely new every time. So
Yeah.
the games are the same, but it is all completely different. So
Yeah.
the joy of it, as compared to sort of stand up that I used to do, is the stand up you're on with 5 other stand ups, and there's a certain rivalry going on between you because ideally you want every other comic to do very badly.
Yeah. Not so bad that they kill the audience, though.
No, not so bad. No, they go on after you, but you're the one that sort of save, whatever. But when it's in a group of you all improvising together, you've really got to have a good spirit,
I bet.
like you're working at a good cast and stuff. So you do the show, you have a great laugh doing the show, then you have the social environment afterwards where you just hang around the bar or whatever, or just go for a meal or whatever. So it's great. I really enjoy it, and that's the reason why we've been going as long as we have in our now sort of 24th year is the fact that it is completely different every time.
And because I remember we went as drama students, obviously because we'd seen you all on Whose Line Is It Anyway,
Yes,
and we thought it was, but because we were at drama school, where improvisation is part of what you
Yeah.
do.
Yes.
But not to the same end as you were doing it.
No, being really funny.
Yes, you have to be funny.
It's not. You have to be funny.
It's not enough to say it's improvised.
No.
It's funny first.
But
hopefully.
Is it the same? I remember in drama school you used to talk about the rules of improvisation. And
Always
do
say yes.
Always say yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't block.
But it's funny to block, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly it is. But as long as you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
As long as you time that block for
Yeah.
a comic
Exactly.
effect.
Yeah.
If somebody says, when we say, a block, what we mean is that, like, we do a scene and let's say you come in and you're a nurse and I say, "Oh, hello, nurse. Thank God you're here." And you say, "I'm not a nurse. I'm the plumber."
Yes.
You got to laugh, but then we're stuck with
What are we going to do now?
do now?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to go and see that probably for about 2 years or something. No, maybe not as much back, but I used to regularly go and see it on a Sunday with my friend. We
yes.
used to go and see it. And my favourite ever bit was always the musical stuff.
Yes.
With
yes.
Richard Branch.
Yes.
Is Richard Branch still there?
Yeah, Richard's there, and he sort of, he's sort of, he does the music, but he also does lots of the other games.
But he always
as well.
does it, yeah, he does. But I used to, and Josie Lawrence used to sing about anything.
It's funny they can sort of
in
get a
any
Sondheim. You asked him Sondheim song, and suddenly there was a Sondheim tune that was just, I don't know, he found it on the piano. Amazing.
Yeah, he's brilliant. Oh, that's so exciting. I'm going to go to that again. I've not seen
Yeah, we're
that
still
for
going.
ages.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, still going. Every Sunday, every Wednesday.
Brilliant.
Tickets at popular prices.
In your stand-up days, Catherine, were you guys ever on the same bill?
No, I stopped doing stand-up in about 1988, so it was a long time ago.
Right.
A very long time.
Do you pine for it?
No, I did a gig at the Hackney Empire a couple of years ago, just a 20-minute gig for a charity thing, and it felt great and wonderful, but after that I didn't have... No, it's much better to... I haven't got all the sort of worries about writing stuff. You just turn up. We turn up in Edinburgh every year, and our preparation has anyone got a piece of paper and a pen so we can write down who's doing which, and we never have. 20 minutes before the gig, we never have a piece of paper. And so that's how unprepared and how wonderful it is that you then just go on and out it comes.
I remember also seeing you at Regent's Park, impro in the open air.
Yeah, we do that every year, and we also play the open air theatre in Blackfriars, the Shakespeare, the Globe there, and that's an incredible experience because, as you know, there you've got the audience standing up in front of you rather than sitting down. So when you first walk on, it feels very much like a scaffold, and they're there to see you swinging. But that intimate immediacy where you can just sort of talk right into them, and you're talking in the sixth row, and they're standing together.
There.
So they're less like an audience, more like a potential mob.
Do people still like? I worry about people standing and still being able to laugh. I sort of think, does it cut down the laughter because they're standing?
I don't think so.
Is it all right?
I mean, things that do cut down the laughter is whether they feel cold or they feel hot or the seats are uncomfortable.
But isn't it true that recording American sitcoms, for instance, they keep the temperature turned down because the theory is if you're cold, you'll laugh more?
No,
that does seem unlikely, doesn't it? Yeah, I suppose. It's probably not freezing.
They say the Eskimos are the jolliest people on Earth.
Exactly.
You never see one in a bad mood, isn't that right? You never see one in a bad mood.
That's true. But in American sitcoms, don't they bring the audience in even for one episode, a 20 and what they only record 18 minutes, don't they? 'Cause it's got 12 minutes of
I know they certainly do two versions in the same night, so you get a different audience.
Yeah.
And you get rewrites happening between the two shows.
Yeah, on the job.
Yeah, somebody told me about the episode, an episode of Cheers, which they sat in on, writing for Cheers, and somebody said, "Okay, Sam comes in through the door. Okay, between the door and the bar, what's his gag going to be?"
Wow.
So you're talking about 6 seconds of walk, but he needs a gag for 6 seconds that gets him to the bar.
Gosh.
Yeah.
And then so Woody's. So it really, but then when it pays off as well as it does with something like Cheers or The Simpsons, it is just wonderful.
There's just no fat on it at all, is
there?
No,
No, it's beautiful stuff.
Yeah, brilliant.
So much of what you do is I mean, you've become you're known as a sort of verbal wit, really, aren't you? That's what you've. That's what
you were
you've
voted
cornered the market in.
One of the top 10, weren't you?
Oh, was I?
Yes.
Who was that by?
By close members of your family. No, like alongside Winston Churchill. He didn't vote.
I've been getting a lot of his mail. we do get mixed up. I take responsibility for all sorts of things that really got nothing to do with me.
It's true, Paul. You were voted top wittiest.
Is that right?
Yes.
Was it by somebody called Wit Biscuits or something like that? So the biscuit, the wittiest crunched in your mouth or something.
Paul, in a poll last year, I'm delighted to tell you, you were voted one of the 10 greatest wits ever, alongside Oscar Wilde, Spike Milligan, Noel Coward, and Winston Churchill.
Oh, well, that is extraordinary.
There you go.
I am flattered and bemused.
Slightly disbelieving.
Slightly disbelieving. So where's my statue in London?
Yes, exactly. Well,
Noel Coward's got a theatre named after him.
It's coming, that's what they're keeping that plinth free for. Trafalgar Square. It's going to be you.
You'll get a nice leisure centre.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
That'd be lovely with one of those pools that has a sort of automatic wave machine in it. Could the wave machine be named after me?
Oh, yeah.
Paul Merton
wave machine.
It's got a nice ring to it, isn't it? Yeah.
But do you think there's something, because that's what you do, do you think there's something in the fact that you're now spending all this time on touring silent physical comedy, which is in a way the opposite of what you do?
Yes, because I haven't got news for you. You're sort of stuck behind a desk and you haven't got props and and it's all improvised, so you haven't worked anything out, and the person sitting next to you may not be very bright.
Not that you ever show that.
Yeah, no, I'm really good. It's a mask.
Very impassive,
my face is a mask.
Who's your least favourite ever?
Least favourite ever?
Yeah.
David
terrible.
Let me see. I better not pick a professional comedian.
No,
let me see.
It has to be a politician.
I could say the worst. I say the worst host we've ever had, unfortunately, was Neil Kinnock. He was extremely slow. He mistrusted the words, and he was putting the timing into the middle of a sentence for no apparent reason that had nothing to do with the gag that he was delivering in this way, which never got to the end.
Right.
I think we taped about 3 hours. In another dimension, it's still going on. That programme, that recording is still going on.
Whereas Tony Blair that's why you see Tony Blair was Prime Minister.
He's
Neil
a
Kinnock never made
showman.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think when John Sargent came on, and he sort of the first time he was on, and he was made a big impact. He said that 5 cabinet ministers had congratulated him on his performance, but he wouldn't say who they were. So I think they do watch this show.
Yeah.
So they have to be aware of it.
Boris decided to run for mayor due to his
yes.
success.
Yes, we made him
Probably
from
elected
Kickform.
him.
You did.
Yes, an English sheepdog and a twit, and we put them together. And we got Boris, so I can park anywhere I like in London now. He's our boy.
Yes.
Boris is our mole.
You haven't managed to get him back on the show
You're
since
mad
then.
at
He doesn't need to be on the show anymore. It's what he can do for us. It's payback time.
So it's part of the draw of doing your Silent Clown tour. The fact that with all the stuff that you've done, like with Whose Line Is It Anyway, and
yes.
Have I Got News For You, there's an element of pressure, isn't there? And
yes,
it's time sensitive, and you've got the audience there. But here you're in control, aren't you? And
yes, and it's sort of. I think what I so much love about these films, it's the comedians themselves. Buster Keaton's life story. He was on stage from the age of 3 in an act called The Three Keatons. It was a very physical act. His mother sewed a suitcase handle into the back of his coat to make it easier for his dad to pick him up and throw him across the stage. And Buster loved it. He loved it. In Delaware one night, there was 3 hecklers 6 rows back, and the dad threw Buster towards the hecklers who were heckling at one point, and then they've got a 4-year-old coming towards them. And he to sort of throw the authorities off the track, he used to sort of dress as a sort of cut-down adult and wear adults' clothes and try and pass himself off as a midget. He absolutely loved his life, and he loved being a comic. And when he went into films at the age of 21, he had so much live knowledge of appearing in front of audiences throughout his entire life that he brought that skill and art to filmmaking. And him and Charlie Chaplin, they really sort of worked really hard to make these films work. There was a real sort of... there's pressure there. You talk about pressure. When Charlie Chaplin released his film The Gold Rush in 1925, he hadn't made a film for about 3 years, and people were going to say, well, is he going to still be the funniest man in the world? Is it going to be the greatest picture? Is it time for a Chaplin flop? And he triumphed, and that is the magical thing about silent films, is that for a while, before sound came in, just that they got really good into the 1920s, the lack of sound seems like an artistic choice. It doesn't seem like a technical thing that they couldn't overcome. It seems like, no, this is the best way to make these films. In The Seven Chances, for example, there's a sequence of Buster running down the side of a hill, being chased by all these giant boulders, which in sound terms wouldn't mean you just have him shouting, hey, watch out, or something, but you don't need it. You don't need anything verbal, because the visual is just there. And when people are laughing at the visual, they can keep laughing because there's no verbal words to stop them from, oh, what was that? I missed that line. You just keep going with it. So in the end, it's just great comedy that is timeless, which is opposite to what I do. I mean, Have I Got News For You loses its currency within about sort of 5 minutes of being shown, apart from those
apart
satellites.
from that Neil Kinnock one.
Apart from that Neil Kinnock one, is even now he's clearing his throat somewhere just past Neptune. Oh dear. If you ever come across it in your travels, don't watch it.
It's lovely to see you being so passionate about it. I think this is worth... I think, faithful listener, it's worth getting a ticket and going along to see Paul Merton Silent Clowns.
Well, the people who've seen it so far, they've absolutely loved it. So, any more come,
5
that's great.
stars in the Yorkshire Post, not to be sniffed at.
To be sniffed at. On tour till the 7th of July. There's probably a website to check.
There is, paulmerton.com. I just got it the other day.
paulmerton.com.
Put it for a bloke in Ballon Market.
Paul, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in and
thank you very much.
Good luck with it, Paul. Brilliant.
Have a lovely Easter.
Yeah.
There's some eggs outside. Grab one.
When will this be going out, incidentally?
Well, we don't know yet.
You haven't edited it yet.
We don't know.
We'll probably cut this bit out.
Yeah.
I've got an email here from Ange in Crewe, who tells me that Jonathan Ross is on Twitter. Do you Twitter, Catherine?
Have a big old wild guess.
Jonathan Ross is on Twitter wondering how we're doing. You think he could turn the radio on?
Yeah.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Well, we're online across the universe.
Yeah, I mean, someone in Italy is
exactly. We're having emails from all around the world. There's Jonathan.
What is Twitter is it when people
I
talk
don't
like that?
get Twitter. I
That's
looked
what
at
I imagine
it because Jonathan's a big fan of it. Stephen Fry's a big fan of it.
So what is it? Have you got your own website or something?
No,
is it like
it's
that?
a whole other thing. Okay. It's called social networking.
Yes, like MySpace.
You can only post something that's 140 characters long, minutes long. And
is a character a letter? Or
I think so.
Okay.
And but it's literally people going, having a cup of tea.
Oh.
I'm in a pub.
Why do they do that?
Why would you do that?
That's called a status update.
That's
I know
called
that.
wasting your life.
It's called being very sad.
Yeah. Although clearly it's the future
lots of
and
people
we're
love
wrong.
it. I know.
We are wrong. Text in and tell us why we're wrong.
Tell us
88291.
What are you doing right now?
Yeah.
Come on.
David.tennant@bbc.co.uk.
Is
An
that
email address which will exist for probably only another hour and a half, so make the most of it.
Is that going to be forever?
I don't think... To be honest, I've had a BBC email address since I started Doctor Who. It was
Have you?
It was something obscure so that nobody knew it was me. I've never checked it.
No, but now... what's it called? Funbox? What's that thing that things come up in?
Funbox?
Inbox, sorry. I don't know these things.
You really don't,
It will be inundated, won't it?
Well, it'll probably just...
Memory space.
Well, I don't
delete.
know.
Or
Just
whatever.
delete.
Is that a word?
Control, delete, escape, press them all at
Escape.
once and something happens.
Something will happen. Now, I've got a feeling, someone told me on Twitter,
Oh, yeah.
that 6:45 tonight on BBC One,
Oh, you might want to tune in.
something's happening.
You might want to tune in. I mean, I don't want to drive the listeners for anything
Come
specific.
on.
But
Is it not the Doctor Who Easter special Planet of the Dead?
oh, do you know? If you're forcing me to talk about it, yes,
am.
it is. It is on BBC One. So we're in
Yeah.
direct competition with Paul Merton's Silent Clowns
That
on
was a
the
little bit...
on the something theatre Tavistock. Where was it? He said he was tonight. Oh, you see, they go out the studio.
Oh, but that's okay because they'll have
They've booked their tickets
recorded.
already, and they'll all have it on Sky Plus.
They will.
Other recording facilities
are available.
He's in the De Montfort Hall, Leicester.
Okay.
But if you're not there, you probably want to be tuning into BBC One or BBC HD channel.
Ooh. Is there any difference?
It's clearer.
Is it?
There's more pixels.
See your spots more.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a bit worrying.
Is it?
Yeah. I've been filming this week and I've got this right pluke on the side of my face. Look at that.
A what? A
Can you see-
pluke?
Pluke.
What's a pluke, sir? Maddie, may I ask?
Ask the Proclaimers about that.
Is it a Scottish thing?
It's a Scottish way of saying zit.
A pluke?
A pluke. It's a good word, don't you think?
It is.
says
I
what
wouldn't have said it was a thing on your face.
No, it's
Carbuncle.
But no, to get back to the... yes,
sorry, to get
6:45
back to
tonight, the Doctor Who
6:45.
Easter special. Yes.
Brilliant.
I've only got 4 shows left in
I
Doctor
think
Who.
you have got 4 lines in that one.
No, I've got a few more than that. And this is the first of my last 4. But we have some rather interesting guest cast for the finale later on this year, don't we, Catherine?
We do. Yeah. We do. You do.
Yeah, I think we can say
Can we say we do?
Yeah, the Sun took a picture of you, put it in the paper, so everyone knows you're back in it. We can't pretend any longer.
Imagine if we were
We've
just
been
messing
tumbled.
with them, though.
Yeah, well,
that
yes.
would be good.
Yes. But there's somebody else who's back, isn't there?
There is someone else who's back.
The Lord Bernard of Cribbins.
The Lordest Bernard of Cribbins, my on-screen grandfather.
Yeah.
And he's just a force of nature,
He
isn't
is unstoppable.
He's
yeah.
fantastic.
Is he 80 now?
Yeah.
I mean...
Who was it? Oh, someone said to him on the catering bus, what are you about, about 80 or over 80, about 90, something like that. It was pretty not, and he said, no, I'm actually 80.
Yeah.
That's what I am, I'm 80.
But he's got more
But he's
energy than
fantastic.
anybody else on set.
Oh, he is phenomenal.
Yeah. And in memory of that, and in celebration of 6:45 tonight, he's not in this
6:45.
episode, but his spirit is there.
Yes.
We thought we might
We might play because he was in as he would say, 200 years ago. Whenever
Yeah.
he talks about anything,
Yeah.
well, 200 years ago when
Yeah.
I was in
Yeah.
Wigan, he was a pop star.
He was. He had
and
proper hits.
Yeah, proper. What do they call it? The hit parade.
The hit parade. He was astride it like a colossus.
He was. And we would like to play something of his now.
This is for Bernard. We hope you're listening, Bernard.
Right, said Fred.
Listen, here it comes.
Here we come.
Right, said Fred. But I get nowhere if you're too hasty.
Going it nowhere.
We've got to play every second of that. Every last sound effect.
Oh,
Bernard Cribbins on
There
Radio
he
2.
is. Right, said Fred, and that's how they got their name, the group.
We assume. We haven't looked that up. We just
haven't.
decided. Proclaimers, are you Bernard Cribbins
I said
fans?
Bernard Cribbins.
Actually,
Yeah.
I saw Bernard Cribbins along with Elaine Page in some musical.
Yes.
It was a night.
It would have been.
It was a night of the poll tax riots in London many years ago.
And do you know who else was in that?
Who else was in
Big
there?
John Barrowman.
Is that
It
right?
was Anything Goes.
It's Anything Goes, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was John's.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was John's
John's
first job,
memories.
1989.
Yeah.
Bernard
You should
told
do
me
a,
yesterday.
you should do a cover of one of the Bernard songs.
He had a great record. Weren't they on Parlophone, those things? George Martin produced them. He did. That was all he
Yeah,
did before he did the
He
videos.
did-
It
he
was
did work with
that
George
and
Martin.
Yeah,
the Jimmy
he did.
Shand records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody believes anymore. That
Peter
was all it was
Sellers.
on. And Peter Sellers, yeah,
Yeah.
that was what was on Parlophone.
Yeah.
Bernard Cribbins has worked with everyone.
He has.
He's got not a song. He's probably got a song about everyone. He's got a story about everyone.
Yeah.
Peter Sellers.
I know
Brilliant.
David Niven. He talks about David
Yeah,
Niven.
David
I saw him on a
Niven.
film with Peter Sellers the other day. The Wrong Arm of the Law.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
We'll ask him about that on Monday.
We will.
Yeah. We've got another song from
Another
the Claims
song?
now.
Yeah.
What are you going to play for us now?
This is a song which was from an album which didn't do very well a few years ago, but we like it anyway. And the song speaks for itself, and it's called Role Model.
Take it away.
Fantastic.
Excellent. What
Oh.
a great song. Thank you, boys.
Thank you very much.
We've got one more from you before the day is out.
It's like having won a task on The Apprentice and you get a private sitting with someone. Brilliant. That's what they got this week. They got a private sitting with Catherine Jenkins,
Right.
the winning team.
I'd rather have
Well,
this,
that's
to
what
be
I'm saying.
I mean, Catherine Jenkins is
Alan
great.
could
It's
have-
fantastic.
Yeah. You could be Celebrity Apprentice next time round. You could do that.
Fantastic. We'll do anything.
Definite.
Really?
With this new record,
We'll do
we're gonna have
anything.
to, you know.
Just keep those touring costs down.
If it was in my gift. How do you manage it all? When all the publicity stuff starts again? How do you cope with that well? Is
You
it
kind of
like
take it in stride. I mean, I think you know, we had a lot of success when we were like 25, 26, and then it kind of lessened for a few years, and then we got more success. And I think you cope with it better once you've had it once. It kind of lessens and it comes back, and you just go
It's
with
in
the flow.
perspective, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
What's the question you get asked that your heart sinks every time, and you have to kind of?
Where did you first meet? That's it has happened.
It once was off a DJ
Oh
in
my
Stoke.
goodness.
I won't name him Dan. And but it was, and once a little girl was on a radio show. But
Yeah.
Where did you first meet was a good one.
For anyone who doesn't know the Proclaimers, they are identical twin gentlemen. For anyone who hasn't quite got that joke.
Oh, that's really fun.
Excellent. Well, we'll see you in about an hour then. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in again.
All right.
Brilliant.
See you then. That's the
Hey.
Proclaimers, and this is Deacon Blue.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just reading.
Can I just point out to the listeners before we go on that time I did the crashing the lyrics perfectly, but they switched the mic off.
Yeah, that's true.
I just would like to point
if
that
you
out.
want.
It's the people in the control room next door now sabotaging my DJ career.
Yeah.
Stop calling.
Stop
if
it
you want
now.
to be in the quiz, don't call anymore.
Don't
Just
call
stop,
anymore.
please. We'll have to torture more pets in the Blue Peter studio.
If you call,
if you
unfortunately, free calls will be charged. That makes me laugh when they say that. Don't
calls
call
will be
after. No,
charged.
when they say don't call after 12 o'clock because that's when the phone lines close. But if you do call after 12, you'll still be charged. Stop answering the phones. Isn't that the way to stop charging people?
Good point.
You know, how does that work? Anyway, it's not working here because it's all
probably
free.
automated. Anyway, it's all free.
Turn the
from
switch
a BT
off.
landline.
So it doesn't matter. But stop calling.
Stop calling.
Stop it now.
But I am still joking about the Blue Peter pet before somebody has to write about it. Now we've got prizes for this competition.
We have got
we have
prizes.
two callers. They're lined up. They're being greased up and made ready at the moment. This is what they win. There's a pile of
There's
stuff
a pile of
here.
DVD stuff. Presumably, we can throw John. We can't throw John Barrowman in. That's
Music,
not the right.
music.
Music.
Let's make an
Will
executive
be yours.
decision. You can win that too.
You can win that.
We might even get him to sign it.
That's right. Now there you go.
Come on.
Now you're talking.
You're
We've
forced-
got.
What's that?
We've got Rory the racing car.
Did you
know
just make
Rory?
that theme tune up, or
no,
do you know it?
That's the actual. Rory.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
That's a DVD.
I just pull
Is that a
jingles
DVD?
out. Yeah.
Or
is it
looks like a game or something?
Oh, no, it's not. It's a DVD. As seen on, it's Peter Kay doing.
Never heard
doing
of
the voice of.
Oh, okay.
Big Chris.
Very
Yeah.
good.
We've got Chuggington.
Let's ride the rails.
There's something for everyone.
That
That
looks like a
happens
similar-
to be for the under fives.
Yes.
I've got. Oh look, there's music. Now that's what I call music. 72.
I remember buying number 5.
Oh my goodness.
What's that one you just... went
That
over?
one. Scene
Why do,
Bean.
why do you not want to talk about Scene Bean?
I don't not want to talk about Scene Bean. I just
You
thought I'd
did.
mix thing up.
You just put that in the pile without
I didn't.
talking
I just
about
thought, well, that's another DVD. I was going to mention the
Do you know
CDs.
what?
I was coming back
Do you
to
know
Scene
what,
Beans.
Catherine? Do you know what?
Sharp's Peril.
It's not a DVD.
What
it's
is
a
it?
Blu-ray.
What's that mean?
That means it's high def.
High def. Is that a difference to high HD? Is it the same thing?
Same thing. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So blue. Oh, I don't know.
Blu-ray.
So does that mean
you need a special machine for that? Yeah.
Would you be bothered? Is it worth it? I don't know.
It is more pixels.
Is it more pixels?
More pixels
Okay.
for your buck.
So look, we've
Although
got
obviously
Scene
free.
Bean.
Scene Bean, Sharp's
Peril. Sharp as Peril.
Yes.
Trial and Retribution, the 5th collection. Oh, it's the collection.
5th collection. How many series have there been in that then?
Probably
The 5th
4
collection,
before that, definitely.
Does that mean collection or series?
Oh, I see what you mean. You mean, is it like a little anthology of
It might be.
of stuff. I don't know, but it's good all the same. 101 pirate radio hits.
101?
Yeah.
Is that managing
Is that
to
what
cash
I
in on
say?
the
101?
boat that rocked
I
without
wonder,
actually paying
I
any kind of
wonder.
licensing agreement?
I think it
probably
sounded
is.
like it.
Is
What's
that
in your pile,
pile?
David?
I've got 3 DVDs from the Doctor Who stable.
The Doctor Who series, the Doctor Who collection.
The Doctor Who collection. We've got The Next Doctor with
Oh,
me,
I saw
David
that last
Morrissey.
night. I saw it again last night.
It was on last night.
Now, you know when they pulled you along, you
Yeah,
and David
yeah,
Morrissey,
yeah.
Was that actually you being pulled along?
Oh, yeah.
That
Pulled along
fast,
the
or was
floor
that
of my
camera?
bum.
Brilliant.
They built this little sort of bucket that we
sledge.
sat in. Yeah.
Okay, that looked good.
It was good. We've got that. We've got Series 3, Volume 2, Daleks in Manhattan, Evolution of the Daleks, Lazarus Experiment, and 42. That's too much information, isn't it?
Too much
We've got
information.
that.
Just say
Oh, we've
Doctor
got
Who,
one.
it's
They've
fine.
got one with you in it.
Oh,
there you
bless
are.
their hearts.
There
That's
you are.
nice.
Nice picture, that one.
Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
+1, the complete first series.
What? Oh, yeah. No, I know. Channel 4.
That's Danny Mays,
Danny
isn't it?
Mays, yeah.
I don't know anything about that, but
I just sort of know. I don't know. I didn't see it.
isn't that a boy from a boy band?
Where? Yes, that's Duncan from Blue, isn't it? Oh, gosh, I hope it is. Yeah, it is. Is it? Yeah, it is.
Is he an actor now?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's very good. I wasn't making.
And isn't that Nigel Harman? And isn't that... Who's that? Is that boy from EastEnders who won I'm a Celebrity? Joe Pasquale? No. It was somebody else. Joe...
I think
Joe.
Mixing.
Anyway,
I don't know.
we're not adhering to that. You've got to pretend someone's in the room who doesn't know you.
Yeah.
It was a DVD cover we're looking at.
Here's a special edition with a frame-by-frame restoration. That sounds boring. From the original negative. Come on.
Oh, you can do without that for the DV extra.
Of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice.
Just do a commentary.
Colin Firth and
Jennifer
Jennifer Eady.
Yeah, Jennifer
Yeah,
Eady.
I've never seen that.
Do you know, I don't think I have.
But if you see it, apparently you fall in love with Colin Firth. It's a sort
Yeah,
of, it's
Mr.
magic.
Darcy,
It's
yeah.
like magic, and you
Yeah.
will love him.
No, I remember it being on,
Moses Jones. Recently on
Moses
BBC
Jones,
Two.
that's right. So it's-
Starring Sean Parks, the wonderful Sean Parks, and Matt Smith. I'll tell you what question I never want to be asked again.
Yeah.
So what advice have you given Matt Smith? Oh, shut up. He'll be fine. He doesn't
goodness
need my
sake.
advice. Stop asking me that question.
Are we going to get these people on?
And no, I don't know. I think we
not
play a
yet.
record first.
Oh, after a record, sorry.
And look at this.
What?
Electric Dreams.
We'll always be together, however far it, however
far. People have apparently been texting and saying, when's your album coming out?
I know.
They've just
I think we've just put the kibosh on that.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll always be together in Electric Dreams. That's a bit of a rogue element to all the...
It's a DVD
ITV,
that's fallen
BBC.
through time wormholes from 1982.
But it's the only film
Is
that
it
we're
the only
offering.
film?
Yeah.
You know,
We're
you're
offering
right.
lots of collections.
Lots of telly.
Yeah, lots of
Lots
telly.
of telly and a
little bit of film.
And a free
little
John
bit of film
Barrowman
from the
CD
80s.
that we've just
Yeah,
found.
it's all good.
Music.
Music.
So I think what we do now is we play a record and then we come back and we meet our contestants. Is that right? Yes, they're nodding at us through the glass.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. So this, coming up now, is
It's,
Pandemonium from the
Pet
Pet Shop Boys'
Pet
new
Shop
album.
Boys.
Album's called Yes.
Oh.
Pet Shop Boys recently were decorated at the Brits for being still alive.
Being named after
Not
Doctor Who?
Dead yet. Exactly.
Named after
There's another
you.
question. Where'd you get your name from?
Where'd you get your name from?
That's the Pet Shop Boys. That's from Yes, their new album. Very good it is too.
I'm reading these questions.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have much of a chance of
Really?
answering them. No, I don't even know the first one, and I
Never mind the question, it's the rules of the quiz that I think are going to cause most consternation. But we have two people on the line. Apparently they're going to appear on our headphone speaker type things right now.
Is it?
We have to say hello to Fran. Hello, Fran.
Hello.
Hello, Fran.
Hello.
Oh, you're a little bit quiet in my headphones. Maybe somebody
Sorry,
next door.
I'll try talking
No,
louder.
it's not
There
you.
we
Somebody
go.
next door will twiddle a button and it'll all
Right,
happen.
okay.
You're still very quiet, Fran.
Sorry.
No, it's not
That's
your
all
fault.
right.
Hello, Fran. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Where are you
Nice and
calling
sunny
us
up here
from?
in Manchester.
Manchester.
You're in Manchester.
Indeed, yes.
Very good. How is it in Manchester today?
Great, yeah, lovely. Sun shines out.
Is it? Gosh, it's not here. Easter is always grey in London, I
See,
think.
it doesn't rain in Manchester all the time like everyone thinks.
Yes, it does, Fran. Don't make it up.
Don't
it's
believe
always
what they
raining in
tell you.
Manchester. What do you do up there in Manchester?
I work in IT system support.
Oh, Catherine
That
Tate.
was very
Catherine
I've just
Tate's
blanked
looking
out.
very blank. What does that actually mean? What do you when you?
IT system support.
I don't take the phone calls when people have problems. I'm sort of the next line along, so I go and help them after they've moaned at someone else.
Oh, that's good.
Does that mean they come to you often quite irate?
Yeah, not always, no, because if I fix it, then they love me. But if I don't, then yes, they are.
Do people get? Do some people go a bit mental and start swearing and screaming?
Not to generally, no.
They've already vented
I tend
this.
to charm them, so I'm just all right usually.
I bet you do. What's your most charming technique? How do you calm them down?
Just
I just
fix
say,
their
I know what
computer.
you mean. Yeah, our system's just slow. You
Empathy.
just agree with them and empathise.
Agree
like
with
it.
how rubbish your company is, I suppose.
No, I'd never say that.
Oh, I know. It's terrible.
Aren't they awful?
They're awful.
I bet you really regret buying that computer now. I'd take it back if I were you.
Yeah.
Do you work for a specific company then?
I do, yeah. I work for BOC.
I didn't even know
I'm
that.
big
I thought they were an airline.
British Oxygen Company, but it doesn't anymore.
Right. And it's sort of software, when software goes wrong.
No. Well, it's the people who sort of take orders off customers and they use the systems, and it's sort of if they go down, then they tend to scream because they can't take orders or or fill any cylinders, and which is a bit of a pain. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it? Is it a good job?
Yeah, I love my job. Yeah, I really good. Works with some really great people, so yeah, it's a good job.
And whereabouts in Manchester is it? Do you live?
I live in Allerton, which is actually sort of nearer to Wigan, but our job's in Swinton, which is sort of
I
a
don't
bit
know
Manchester based.
Allerton.
I don't want to talk about IT.
You have no idea where I've just talked about.
I do.
I know Manchester, bits of Manchester, but I don't know Allerton.
Ah, right, okay.
Fran,
Hello.
you going to have an Easter eggs tomorrow?
Well, I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm thinking of hoping no.
How are you doing it? What are you following a system?
I'm at Weight Watchers.
Oh yeah.
But it's kind of coming off slowly. It comes off, and then
That's
when
the best way.
When I'm good, I'm really good, and when I'm bad, I'm really bad.
But that's the healthy way, isn't it?
Yeah.
What?
That's what they say, yeah.
Binge eating.
taking it off
the way to
slowly.
go, yeah.
Starving and then binging.
No, we're taking
it off slowly.
That's
yeah.
the healthy way.
Exactly.
We don't want crash dieting on this station.
No, thank you.
No.
I should say no.
Having said that, where are our Easter eggs?
Yeah,
there was
where
like a
are our
box of them
little
sitting
Easter
outside,
eggs?
and they haven't come in
Look,
yet.
they're...
Oh, now
Look
there's
at
people
that, there's
running
actually
around.
a box.
Oh no! All they're doing is rattling at them.
Rattling and showing us through the glass.
We're not actually getting one.
How many points is a Cadbury's cream egg?
Oh, do you know, I should know that.
You should know it.
It's no, that's probably less. 3.5. But you know the little lint bunnies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little one, 24 points, which is
Oh,
more than a day's worth.
Goodness.
I'm allowed 20 a day.
I don't understand. You're allowed 20.
allowed
So every
70
foodstuff
a
has a
day.
point.
They work
Yeah.
out with calories and fat, how many points you're allowed, and it's 20. So it's like more than a day's food for a tiny lint bunny.
Wow.
Gosh.
But they're really nice. You can still have them.
They're lovely, actually.
Yeah.
No, I think that because they're you can pretend that they're not. I think they're the upper end, but a little bit,
I think isn't that one of some of that chocolate thinks it's a bit nicer than it is, and really let's
no,
just
it's
have a
lovely.
Mars bar.
It's lovely. No, it's lovely.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is lovely.
How do you think you're going to do in this competition, Fran?
I do love quizzes, and
Yeah.
my friends all know I'm very competitive, so I'll never hear the end of it if I don't do very well. If I get all the questions wrong, and I'm a bit scared because Catherine just said they're all really difficult. So.
Well, that's
They're only difficult
by
for
my
her,
that's
Fran,
by
to be
my
honest.
standard, Fran. I wouldn't worry. I don't even know what a fun box is called on an email.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
An inbox is.
Presumably you have access to the internet, Fran, which is a mystery to Catherine Tate. So
surfing the
You've
internet.
got-
you've
Twitter, so-
That
surfing
just
the
means
interweb.
looking,
Yeah.
Bit of an internet geek.
I think you'll be fine. Honestly, I don't think. Well, actually, the first question I wouldn't have known the answer.
No,
to.
would you not?
No,
Oh,
I
well,
thought the
that's
answer
all right
was
then.
D, a goat.
I don't remember that.
Fair enough.
There isn't a D. That's just a clue.
Oh,
Don't
thank you.
don't say
Don't go
D.
for G.
Assuming you're first up, we don't know.
We don't know.
We'll have to, debate that.
Okay, cool.
Should we meet our other
Shall we
caller?
bring-
You stay there, Fran. We're putting you in a
Okay.
holding pattern.
Is it Stephen?
We're putting you on hold, caller. That's what your customers hear
That's
all
what
the
your
time,
customers
Fran.
hear all the time. Sorry, your screen's
Do
gone
you play
blank.
them music?
No, it goes just completely dead, so they think you've cut them off.
Oh, that's
That's
terrible.
awful, hoping that they'll just think they've been cut off.
Yeah.
VOC systems, get some music in.
For goodness
That's
sake.
how to improve your customer relations.
I'll suggest
Get
that.
some John
Make
Barrowman
sure you
playing
do.
down the
Get
line.
John Barrowman. He'll come and sing for you live. Music.
His next album's going to be music.
Which of the prizes do you fancy most, Fran?
The Doctor Who DVDs, obviously.
Come on, it's the
Come
correct
on,
answer.
Fran,
I
what
just
about
signed
Sean
one.
Bean?
I'm going to
Sharp
get
as
Catherine to
peril.
sign that.
I'm not
Thank you.
bothered about that, really.
You're not bothered
No,
about
I'm not
Sean
bothered.
Bean?
I'm not bothered.
But it's on Blu-ray.
It's on Blu-ray.
Does that mean anything
Do
to
I
you?
get a player as well?
Are you a stranger to Blu-ray?
Yeah, do I get the player to go with it?
Oh, I think we can stretch to that.
No.
They're shaking their heads
Sorry.
furiously through the
Fine.
glass.
Can I just clarify that Blu-ray is something you need a different machine for?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
And
high
it just
definition.
shows people spots more.
You can play it on a PlayStation.
Okay.
Great, if you've
You
got
can
one.
play it on a PlayStation. Do you have a PlayStation 3?
No, I want a Nintendo Wii, but I can't really justify
Oh,
it.
I've got one of them, I think.
Oh, no, everyone's got one, right?
stand on a board?
Yeah,
And it tells you how much you weigh? I mean...
And your little character goes really fat when you stand on it.
Is that
a pair of scales?
Is that
people?
Weight Watchers approved?
I don't think it's endorsed, but I'm sure they don't disapprove.
No.
No, Weight Watchers do not endorse.
Is we the one where you can make yourself? You make knees?
You have a Wii.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
that's good
Yes,
fun.
it is.
That's good fun.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, but when you stand on the Wii Fit board, if you're overweight, your character goes really
Does
fat.
it go fat?
And it's really,
Oh, it's
morale
depressing,
boosting when
isn't
that
it?
happens.
And doesn't it say your Wii age is 956?
That's really
That's the
funny.
one, yeah, mine
Yeah.
is ridiculously old, yeah.
Unless you're Bernard Cribbins, when your Wii age is probably about 24. Well, Fran, good luck.
Thank you very much.
We're going to
Yes,
we're going
good luck to you,
we're going
caller.
to put you on hold, caller,
Thank you.
and we're going to speak to Stephen. Hello, Stephen.
Hello there.
Hey, Stephen. How you doing?
Oh, Stephen. Oh, look what I've done.
Stephen?
I've signed it in the wrong place.
Have we lost Stephen?
I'm still here, but
Hello.
it sounds like you're floating in the distance.
We're
Whoa,
floating in
he
the
is a Time
distance.
Lord.
I am floating there. I'm levitating. I'm levitating naked. That's why there's no webcam. Can you hear me now? Any better?
Yeah, I can hear you a little better now, but only 'cause I've turned the radio up.
Aren't you supposed to turn it off?
Yeah.
Turn it off,
Your
Stephen.
radio off.
Yeah, but if I turn it off...
What? You won't be able to hear us?
We'll
We're
be
on the phone.
We'll be down the phone if we talk into the microphone really close.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Oh, that's it. Have you turned?
Is that better?
Have you turned the radio off?
I have turned it off.
Yeah.
you hear us
that's
now?
all right.
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Oh,
Okay, great.
Sorry about all that.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I thought
And
we're
how are
taking
you
up a
doing
lot of your
today,
time,
Stephen?
Stephen.
Are you well?
I am indeed.
And
Okay.
where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Hull.
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 Yeah.
What part of Hull?
West Hull.
West Hull.
West
I only know
Hull.
Hessel. I know Hessel.
Oh, well, it's near Hessel.
Hessel. That's where I know.
And the house
Hessel
martins
Road.
came
Well,
from
just off
Hull.
Hessel Road I live, yeah.
Oh, okay. And Maureen Lipman's from Hull.
Is she?
Yes, she is. And two
Who else
other
is from
people.
Hull, Stephen?
Lots
Who are
of
Hull's
people.
famous? I mean, the house martins come
Hull.
from Hull. Anyone else?
Okay.
No, I know of.
No,
No,
that's
no.
Stephen.
And what do you do up there
Stephen,
in Hull,
what do you do?
Stephen?
I'm a student at the moment.
What of?
What of?
History. I'm studying a history degree through the Open University.
Well, maybe
Oh, I
next
see.
time you're in class, ask your teacher what famous people came from Hull.
Yeah.
That would tie in.
What periods are you doing at the moment?
It's an all-encompassing course that goes from the 15th century right up to the 20th century. I've just finished the 100 Years' War.
Ooh.
So,
What's the best thing about the 100 Years' War?
it's the best thing about the 100 Years' War.
Yeah.
Probably all the battles. There
All
wasn't
the
a great
battle-
deal of them.
all the war,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the
It
bloodshed.
did go on a bit, didn't it? The 100-Year War.
Yeah, I think it was just the fact that even the kings got stuck in.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't just sit on the throne while all the plebs did all the fighting like they do now. The kings got stuck in
Who
themselves.
was in the 100 Years' War? I feel ashamed I don't
Is
know
it?
that.
Oh, I'd be.
Who was fighting?
Is it the war? Is it?
Well, it's the Wars of the Roses. Isn't
Yeah, I was going to say the Wars of the Roses.
I
wish
didn't know
I'd
that
said
was the same thing. The 100-Year War is also
Yeah.
the War of the Roses. Oh, I've done plays about that.
Is that not Yorkshire and Lancashire?
It's, you know...
Is that no? Or was that the Civil War?
the Henry...
It's the Houses of
The
Lancashire.
houses.
Yes,
That's right.
yes.
That's right.
Oh, we shouldn't have got into this, Catherine. We're now
Oh,
just
it's
showing our
awful.
ignorance.
Stephen, are you familiar with the game?
I'm not. No, I'm not generally a fan of Jonathan Ross, you see. So
Oh, come
I'm
on.
only
Okay,
tuned
so
in
we've-
because David's presenting.
Goodness
Oh,
me.
God bless
So-
you. Stick that on Twitter.
Quite rude to Jonathan Ross and indirectly myself as well.
Well, clearly, you're a big Catherine Tate fan, right, Stephen?
No.
Oh, of course I am. Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yeah.
I'm
A little bit of a delay there.
There he
Satellite
goes.
link up to Hull there.
Stephen, yes.
Yeah.
going
So,
by.
right, Catherine, why don't you run through the rules for our fevered contestants here?
Okay.
Now, listen carefully because this is quite complicated. Yeah, well, do we have to read this out? Yeah,
I've got to
we'll
read
quickly-
it out for compliance.
No, you just need. Oh, don't worry
For
about
goodness
it.
sake,
Tell you what,
answer
we'll
a
go to the- We'll go
question.
to the news,
Just answer
and
the
then when we come
question.
back, we'll be oiled up. We'll be ready to go to play Froggy Went
Froggy
Flirting.
Went Flirting.
Fran, Stephen, stay there.
Stephen, don't turn your radio on.
This is BBC Radio 2 online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM.
And hang on.
Kaiser Chiefs, Ruby, Ruby, Ruby. I love that song.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Now we're gonna attempt this quiz. Frankly, I thought it was
Very
simple,
difficult.
and now I've just had the rules explained to me, and I'm very confused. You can now, Fran and Stephen, are you up with the rules on this? Hello.
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 I have heard it once, but the scoring sort of confused me. So as long as I get the questions right, it'll be all right.
Yeah, but you have to. You also need to. For the first question, you will be required to ribbit like a frog.
Oh, right, okay.
How are you feeling about that?
Were you not told that?
I think I remember that from last week. Now I think about it.
Give us your best ribbit, Fran.
Ribbit.
Very good.
Stephen,
let's...
Ribbit.
Ooh.
Oh, good, yeah.
Surprisingly good.
Slightly different approach there.
Yeah.
So what will happen is, Fran, it's like a clock, and you're... What they've done is, to be honest, listeners, they've given us a clock face in the studio because they don't really think
it's actually a
we can
lily
understand
pad.
this. It's actually a lily pad.
It's supposed to be a lily
but
pad.
It's got 12 lilies on it.
12 numbered lilies on it.
12 numbered lilies.
Resembling a clock.
Yes. And you have to move round the clock. If you get one wrong, you go backwards. And it's the first person to catch up with the other person as you move round the clock, forward or backwards, clockwise or anti-clockwise.
Yes.
Yes.
But having said that, what you have to explain is that Fran is at the top on number 12.
Yes.
Stephen is at the bottom on number 6.
Yeah.
Don't know if that's made it any clearer.
I think that becomes clear then as we move on.
Yeah.
Stephen, are you all over this?
I'll just try and answer the questions and see what happens.
Like a rat.
Yeah. There will be other things that you're required to choose numbers of I don't know. We're all clinging on with our fingernails, to be honest.
All we know is that at the beginning of the game, it's open and you can both answer it.
Yes.
And whoever ribbits first.
Yes.
And
has control of the board.
if they answer the question correctly, they have control of the board. If they don't, no one's told us.
If they don't, I'm going to make an executive decision. The control of the board goes over to the other person.
Ooh, I was going to say...
That is right. Mercifully, that's right.
Oh, it is. See,
we can't make up rules, or again, it's the Blue Peter Pets.
Oh, dear. It's cookie in the...
So, Catherine, would you read out the first question, please, and I will listen for the ribbits.
Thank you very much. The first question. What animal does Angora wool come from? It is a multiple choice. Is it A, rabbits? Is it B, cats? Or is it C, guinea pigs?
Ribbit.
I think Stephen was first.
I think he was.
Yeah. Stephen?
Is it a guinea pig?
It's not.
It's not. The correct answer was rabbits,
Rabbits.
which means control of the board passes to Fran.
Is that what you were going to say, Fran?
It was, sorry, that was a very geeky thing to shout out, wasn't it?
What?
What were you going to say?
It was rabbit, yeah.
Brilliant. I wouldn't have known that. You thought it was... What did you think it was? Goat?
I thought it was goat.
I think if goat had been there, I would have thought it was goat.
Yeah.
I just
Anyway, that means Stephen goes back one because he didn't get that right. So he's now on number 5, which means...
Is he? Isn't he on number 5? Is he not on number 7?
No, back one. Anti-clockwise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Stephen, you're now on number... No, yes.
No, it's 7,
that's
David,
right.
because she's coming round this way. Is it 5?
Stephen's on 5.
I don't understand this.
Fran is on midnight. She's got control of the board.
Okay.
Now, Fran, do you want to answer one question, 2 questions, or 3 questions in a row? I don't
Do you
know.
have to get them all right?
No.
Yes, you do, because if she gets the first
No,
one
you
wrong...
don't. You just go backwards and forwards depending on...
yeah.
I don't know why this bit's in the rules, but it is. Go on.
Oh.
I'll start with 2.
2.
Okay.
I like you're just ploughing a medium course.
Yes. 2. Fran, who is currently number 1 in both the UK singles and album chart? It's not multiple choice, this one.
No.
The Noisettes.
The Noisettes.
No,
It's
good
not.
guess.
They're number 2, aren't they?
But it's actually Lady Gaga
It's the Lady Gaga.
in her pants, which means you go back to 11, Fran, but you've got another question to go.
Okay. Oh, yeah, she has.
Shall I read this one?
Oh, yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't... Yeah.
Which Scottish football club plays its home matches at Easter Road Stadium?
Kilmarnock.
Nice guess.
Good guess for someone from Manchester.
Yeah.
But it's Hibs. It's Hibernian. So you're back on 10. Which means we now go over to Stephen.
Hello there.
Oh, no, you both answer the
you
question,
both
so
answer
it's
the question.
back on your ribbit.
Back on your ribbit.
Oh, we're back on the ribbits, are we?
Back on the
Yeah,
ribbits,
yeah.
Stephen.
Yeah.
And your question 4 is, what is Australia's capital city?
Ribbit.
Oh, Fran, very
Fran,
definite.
right in there.
Very definite.
Canberra.
Well
Yes!
done. Well done.
Where's
It's
she
almost a
going
trick
now?
question,
9?
that. People tend to think it's Melbourne
11.
or Sydney, don't they?
Oh, okay.
But you're absolutely right.
So they're neck and neck now.
They are neck and neck,
Yeah.
which means
Yeah.
this quiz could go on for a
It
really
could go
long
on forever.
time.
It could rival the Neil Kinnock. Have I got news for you?
Good.
So the second... Oh, so
How many,
Fran,
how
1,
many
2, or 3?
questions do you want to answer now, Fran?
Because so phenomenally brilliant last time, I'll go with 2.
2
Oh,
again.
she's
2
sticking.
again. Okay. What became the tallest building in the world when it opened in 1931?
The Empire State Building.
Oh,
Very
she's
good.
on a roll. She's
Very
on a
good.
roll.
Do you happen to know that because you might have seen a certain episode of Doctor Who.
Sleepless in
But it is possible I may have seen that episode.
Yeah, good. Well, you're about to win it on DVD if you keep going like this. You get one more question now. It's another multiple choice.
It is another multiple choice. It is, where would a troglodyte live? Is it A, in a cave, B, up a tree, or C, underwater?
In a cave.
Oh,
Is
my
the correct
goodness,
answer. Fran, you're all over it. So Fran's now on 1, Stephen's on 5, and it's another ribbit in question.
It is a ribbit.
The average person grows how many inches of hair each year? Multiple choice. Is it A, 6, B, 10, or C, 16?
Ribbit.
Stephen.
Is it 10?
No, it's not, Stephen. You move back to 4.
No.
Yeah.
But then she's going to catch up with him.
That's the point of the quiz.
Oh!
Yes.
So then she wins. Oh, I see.
If someone catches up with the other person, they win.
Did we explain that?
They win Sean Bean on Blu-ray,
Did
and they go,
we?
"Well, I don't have a Blu-ray player. What am I going to do with that?"
Oh, okay.
And they prop up their.
So it's not the first person to get to 12 or 6. No. Okay.
No. Stephen, do you have a Blu-ray player?
Oh, I don't know.
No, it's useless.
It's
That Sean
useless,
Bean
that one.
But anyway, you have to take it anyway. Otherwise, again, Blue Peter Pets. Number question.
So what's this?
hang
Going
on.
back to ribbit?
Hang on, where are we now? Just Fran. Oh,
Is it back to Fran?
We've got minds like traps on this, haven't we? Fran.
Hello.
How many questions do you want to answer?
Where am I? Am I on
She
number
didn't get
1?
it.
You're on
right?
number 1.
Oh, yes, she
If
did.
you got 3 in a row right, you'd win.
Go on, let's go for it. I'll go for 3.
Come on. Okay.
What's the name of the character? I'll start that again.
Yeah.
What is the first name of the character Lewis in the TV series of the same name? Is it A, John? Is it B, Robert? Or is it C, Endeavour?
Yeah, there's a reason for
Oh, is
that. Yeah.
So which one's
What
it
was
going to...
that? I heard
It was,
John.
sorry, it's A, John, B, Robert, or C, Endeavour.
The first name of
I think it
Lewis.
must be Robert because Endeavour was Morse's first name.
Oh,
You're absolutely right. It was, and you're right. It is Robert.
He was
Fran. You're perilously close to winning
Fran.
now.
He was called Endeavour.
Endeavour Morse. Yeah, that was like the big reveal in the last episode, wasn't it?
I don't know. You've spoiled it for me now.
Sorry. You know, he died at the end.
I was going to watch that tonight.
Yeah. Okay, next question. What is Jamie Oliver's new daughter called? It is multiple choice.
Oh, good,
Fran.
my God.
Is it A, Fifi Trixie Belle? Is it B, Bluebell Madonna? Or is it C, Petal Blossom Rainbow?
It's Petal Blossom Rainbow.
Well
It
done.
is. Fran, you've got one more to go.
What do
and
they call her? What do they... Pet? Did she get known as
PBR.
Pet? PBR.
It's a shame when they go to school,
Pet,
isn't it?
Pet Clark.
Pet? You wouldn't name a child Petal, would you? I'm sorry, Jamie. I'm
Petal.
sure I'm sure she's a lovely little girl.
Mind you, his other baby's called Poppy.
Well, that's
So
quite
maybe
a normal
they've
name.
gone for
Oh, it's like
flowers.
there's a flower theme.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the other one's called. But
Anyway,
and also-
you're within a heartbeat of winning
I've
this
seen Bean.
now.
No pressure then.
Fran, are you a regular Radio 2 listener?
I do like Radio 2, yes.
I suspect you might
I
take
think
this
you might
then,
get
looking at the
this.
next question.
I think you might want to run out and buy yourself a Blu-ray player.
Yeah!
Fran, who presents Radio 2's weekday breakfast show?
Terry Wogan.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
it. Froggy has been a flirting.
Oh, she has now mounted Stephen.
Stephen, you've been mounted on number 4. How does that
on
feel?
the 4.
Oh, not too bad. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. It's the winning that matters,
That's not how
I
it
think,
looks.
on Easter weekend. I think it's important to remember that. I think that's the message of Easter. But well done, Fran. You got all this stuff. Sounds to me
All
like
this
you've
is
maybe
yours.
got some of these Doctor
No,
Who
that's
DVDs
brilliant.
already.
So I was looking on last night on sales to get the Doctor Who DVDs, and so that's great.
Oh, there we go.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll sign them for you as well.
Oh, smashing, thank you.
Just to make sure they're not worth anything. And
And John Barrowman. Can I
we'll
get a signed John Barrowman if, of course, he comes in?
if we get if,
Is it
we
all
still
right?
don't know. Well, we just don't know whether or not his
if he's going to be coaxed out of hiding.
extreme shyness will allow it.
It's
But
publicity shy
We
nature,
hope
but we're
so.
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
He'll be here, and we'll get him to sign that copy of music.
Oh, thank you very much. That'd be great.
Yeah, and I'm
Brilliant.
sure Stephen will find some bits of tat to send you as well,
Yeah.
because you know that we're like that. We're generous here.
we're like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
But happy Easter.
consolation autograph would be lovely.
we can sort that out for you, Stephen. Yes.
Thanks very much.
Thank you for calling in.
Happy Easter to you
Happy
both.
Easter.
Happy Easter to you both.
lovely
And Stephen,
time.
you should try Jonathan Ross. His show's very good, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's better this week, but you know, it's not awful.
It's not to be sniffed at.
It's not awful when we're not here. I promise. All right, thanks, guys. Take
Thank you
care.
very much.
Cheers.
6:45 tonight, BBC One. Tune in, why don't you?
Oh, go on.
We've got another track from the Proclaimers still to come. We've got John Barrowman still to come. Oh,
it's all good.
we might be eating some eggs later.
Some eggs. Some Easter eggs.
Easter eggs, yeah,
Cadbury's.
as opposed to poached.
As much as
Yeah. It's David Tennant and Catherine Tate. We are in for Jonathan Ross, who's not here. You've probably gathered that by now. We're supposed to say that every now and
He's
again.
too
We've
busy
forgotten
twittering.
that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Jonathan
we're supposed to
Ross
remind them because all these
is
people are
not
tuning
here.
in going,
What's going on?
Where's Jonathan? What's going on? He's twittering furiously.
Twittering.
Text in 88291.
Still texting. Someone texting to say, because you know that loads of people are doing their GCSEs soon.
Are they?
Yeah, and they're all revising. So good luck to all you. That's it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was all I was going to say.
Oh, that was nice. It was nice that you were thinking of these people. Let's play a song. This is from the Alexandria Quartet. It's called Dark Side of the Blues. Here it comes. You can do the intro thing, can't you?
Has it got words?
It has got words.
I thought the Alexandria Quartet meant it was like instrumental.
It sounds quite classical, doesn't it?
It does a little bit.
It's not. They're quite sort of indie rock.
Oh, are they going to start speaking now?
Listen. Here it comes.
Okay.
Bit of a guitar.
I like it.
Yeah, you like it so far?
I'm going to get it.
Is this your kind of thing?
Yes, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we really drag this out until they start singing?
I don't know, because I don't know when they start singing.
Oh, it's taking forever.
Oh, my
Come
goodness
on, boy,
me.
start.
Oh, please. John Barrowman is in the building.
Is he? John
Yes,
Barrowman
he
has
is.
been chatting to the Proclaimers.
Yes.
Wow.
How has he been trying to get you to sing on his next album?
He was trying to get us to do something for some TV show.
Yes.
More of that
I think
later.
that'll have to be the
That's to come.
next series because we can't do it for this
And
one.
asking about harmonicas.
Oh, yeah.
And keys, which keys we sing in. And he sings in many different keys also because he can actually sing and it makes it more interesting. And he says he gets very bored with bands, he goes to see bands and they're all singing in one key and
Right.
it's not very...
How many keys do you sing in?
50, I think.
Yes.
Equally badly.
50 and more. Yeah. You say you're going up to Paisley soon?
Yeah, I'll go show on Monday night. The Hibs are playing a game against St Mirren on Monday evening. So
the only
we'll go
football
through.
games I've ever been to are St Mirren games.
Yeah.
I'm not really a football fan at all. But Mark McKechnie used to take me. Wonder if he's listening. If you're listening, Mark McKechnie, text in 88291.
Who is he to you?
He was a chap I was at school with.
Oh, he used to take me as if he was like a responsible adult.
Well, his dad used to take us both,
Okay.
if I'm honest. Anyway, that's really not
That's
interesting.
between
for
you
listeners
and
at home.
Mark.
It is, isn't it? And we've got one more live track from the Proclaimers to come. What are you going to give us this time, boys?
We're going to give you an abridged version of Sunshine and Leaf.
Why abridged?
Because we felt that it was kind of maybe a little bit too slow and too long for this show at this present time.
It can't be slow and long
give
enough
us-
for me, Frank.
give you the taste of it.
But
It's all that talk of Neil Kinnock. People are getting nervous.
yeah.
Timing. Yeah.
It's been. Can I just say, it's such a treat to have you here. And the fact that you're about to sing Sunshine and Leaf, I might well up.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the Proclaimers.
Little tear in your eye there.
Just perfect.
Oh,
One of the most
fantastic.
beautiful songs ever written, I say.
Oh, beautiful.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for coming all the way down.
Thank you.
I can't wait for the next album. How long have we got to wait now?
15th of June.
Right.
Notes and rhymes. It's
Excellent.
a cracker. It'll be,
Excellent.
they'll love it.
Cannot wait.
bet.
And thank you for giving us a bit of the back catalogue this
All right,
morning as
thank
well.
you.
That's all right.
Greatest Hits album still available, right?
Yeah.
Good record shops if there's any still open.
Thank you so much for coming all this way. Broken ribbon all.
All right.
It's been a
yeah.
real pleasure to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
David.
See
Thank
you.
you.
See you. I've had a message from Jonathan Ross
Yeah, go on.
on Twitter. Or I don't know how they do it, obviously sending in. Someone's just typed it out. It says, please tell David and Catherine I would listen, but don't want their show to interfere with my twittering. Far more important.
You see. You see.
Takes over people's lives.
Yeah, it does. He's obsessed. The man's
Yeah.
obsessed. We've got Big John Barrowman still to come.
He's
imminent.
he's been contained.
He's in the studio.
They've given him a few shots
Yes.
of adrenaline.
Yes. He's
Just to buck
he's
him up.
outside running through some tunes with the Proclaimers right now.
He is.
But after this next track, he's going to be with us. This is Big Bad Handsome Man, which I think is quite appropriate.
Melda May.
He's a big bad
He's a big
handsome
Shaka
man.
Khan.
Oh, Shaka Khan. He's a
And
big
in
bad.
the studio now. Don't scare him.
Okay.
Don't scare him with your
Okay.
questions. It's John Barrowman.
It's timid, retiring. John Barrowman, ladies!
I'm actually quite scared that you two are doing this. I don't know what to think.
And nobody knows what to think.
Nobody knows what to think.
But I speak to you in American, Catherine, and then I turn to David and I speak to him in Scottish.
That's right.
It's crazy.
They give you, when you do something like this, you get given, what do you call this?
Research, yeah, background notes. You're supposed to read them.
There's all sorts that we've read them. I knew it all, John, anyway. There's all sorts of things about you. And then the last thing it says, John Barrowman says that when he talks to his parents, he talks in a Scottish accent.
Says?
Yeah.
Says, as if...
Says?
Clearly
well, that's what we're saying.
No.
The researcher on the Jonathan Ross show clearly doesn't
absolutely.
believe you.
But it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. But before we go any further, because
yeah.
you two have been complaining all morning.
Yeah.
There you go. Your signed copy.
Signed DVD.
Your signed DVD.
Thank you.
You might not be able to read.
Oh, I can read it. My Mr. 10-inch. You will always be my doctor. Thanks, John.
Nice.
Oh.
I can't read mine.
Oh, forget it. Put your glasses on. It says, Catherine,
learn to
you
write.
and me, Mr. and Mrs. Musical Theatre.
It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
Now, John, you've probably got about 14 things you're promoting. You usually do, don't you?
No, I'm okay.
You are Mr. Non-Stop.
Just around...
Yeah.
Is there anything you can't or won't do?
Yeah, there are things that I won't do, but I mean the I don't know. I just like to work.
Yeah.
I know, but
I enjoy it. I get a thrill getting up every. This is so weird. I'm going to choose. I'm going to speak American. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay,
Speak American.
make a choice.
I'm gonna when I love getting up. I love doing the work. I just like to entertain people. And I'm going to be honest. I actually like watching. We watched the Weakest Link last night. My sister and I sat and watched the Doctor Who.
Oh, it was on again?
It was on again.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny. I like watching all of us do our thing,
Yeah.
you know, and it's quite funny. And, you, Catherine, you make me laugh all the time.
Thank you. The first thing John ever said to me, he came up to me in Cardiff and I'd never met him. He went, No, it's fine. I'm not going to say the actual word. But he went, you make me and my family pee my pants. Pee our pants.
And then
that was my way of hello.
I remember after that, when it was on the TARDIS too, and we did something, and I looked at you and I went, all right. And then I looked at David and he went, and I thought, I just put my foot in my mouth because he said everyone's done it. We've all quoted one of our characters.
Everybody did within seconds of Catherine walking on set.
Working's a good thing. I like to work. I like to have a good time.
So, are you not happy unless you're working? Can you relax? That's what I want to know.
What's really funny is Scott and I just came back from Barbados a couple of weeks ago, and that's the first vacation I've had in about 2 years. And for the first time ever, he actually turned to me and he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "What do you mean, am I okay?" And he said, "I'm just a bit frightened because I've never seen you relax before." I did. Wow. I completely turned off.
Good.
I relaxed.
Yeah.
It took me a couple of days, and then I went, that's it. I didn't, I sat on the beach. I went into the water. I went to the pool. I ate. I did all the stuff you do on holiday, but completely shut down a bit.
Now, do you Twitter? Do you MyFace or whatever it's called?
Absolutely not. MyFace? Are you on MyFace?
Yeah,
no, Facebook.
Oh, that's too.
Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter.
You've elided some things there.
You want to hear something? I have people who are impersonating me on Facebook and Twitter.
We're not strangers to that.
No, have you tried to stop them?
No, it's quite hard. People are allowed to do what they like.
I could go on and say that I'm David Tennant, and I don't have to prove anything. But for you to prove that I am not David Tennant, you have to go through a complete rigmarole.
I know.
And I can't. So just know, right? I say it now. I do not have any Facebook, MySpace, or Twitter profile.
Neither do I.
It goes without saying.
Thank you very much. I'll text you later.
So tell us about next Saturday night.
Next Saturday night, Saturday Night Entertainment.
Oh my goodness,
all about it.
Let's light in.
Tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night, completely.
That's it.
Yeah?
No, it's not that, actually.
Is that not it?
Tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night, which is a wish fulfillment program making people's performance dreams come true.
It's John will fix it.
Sort of.
Do you sit in a big chair that cups of tea come out?
Yeah, I don't wear a shell suit. Can you see me in a shell suit?
It would be good.
Don't even.
No, you can carry it off, John. If anyone can carry it off.
What time is it?
It's 6:50 Saturday evenings, and it's for six weeks, starting next weekend. It's the whole premise is I've been traveling around the country and meeting people and doing surprise hits on them with hidden cameras in their houses, in their workplace. And just to give you one off the top of my head, there was a young lady who. In fact, I'll do one from the first show. There's a guy who's given up a lot of his time to help the young people in his community in North Wales, and his dream is to be on the West End. And we hook him up basically with the cast of Jersey Boys and make his dream come true. And he performs live to the nation with the Jersey Boys, and he's the fifth season, which we called him. So, and it's what I really love is watching the reaction of the people when you tell them what's going to happen to them, and they're just so appreciative of it. And then also, you know, we rang Ronan Keating up to have him help out a young lady who'd had skull cancer, and was pregnant when she had it and couldn't take care of the baby. A great, you know, a great kind of survival story. And then we rang him up, and she thought she was singing with me. We rang Ronan up and said, "Would you sing with her?" And the generosity from the celebs that are getting involved, I think, is just incredible because they're really coming forward and saying, "Yeah, we'll do it. We'll help out." That sounds great. So it should be a good. I hope so. I hope people watch it.
So what is it? Audience-based? Studio-based?
We have studio-based. Yeah, we have 400 people in the audience, and we research every single one of them. And we know a lot about them, and we basically do, within the show, we've done the pre-recorded hits, right? And then we have those people coming into the studio, and we also do hits on people in the audience.
So do they know that when they apply for tickets?
They have no idea.
Oh, my goodness.
So if you... just get ready.
That's quite exciting to watch,
yeah. So
isn't
it's exciting, and it's exciting for me because I come out before the show and kind of scan the audience because I have to know where they're all sitting. And I kind of look and see. So you see people looking at me. They don't know, but I mean, we've recorded a couple now, so people know that that's happening a little bit, and to see the kind of fear in their face when I walk up the aisle, because I might make your life dream come true.
Oh my goodness!
So you've got a couple of them are in the can already.
Yeah.
And you feeling good about it?
I'm feeling really good.
Yeah,
I think it's. You know, without tooting the show's horn, but it's some. Well, I'm going to toot the horn.
Come on.
It's something. It's about giving back. You know, and there's something really great about seeing, you know, people, you know, who are out there, you know, making a living, trying to get through life, and you know, all of us, we're really fortunate to be doing what we're doing, but to give them that opportunity is absolutely spectacular. And I'm not really a crybaby, but I'm telling you, there's been a few times I have been. It
does sound a bit.
You've asked for waterproof mascara?
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks, one. And I do wear it.
No, well, on stage.
Yeah, you know.
And do you sing much in the show as well?
I do. I open the show.
Do you sing much?
Much. Give me an opportunity. I'm singing all the time with music. I opened the show with a big number because I wanted to do a kind of retro 70s kind of feel to it, or, you know, I wanted a variety show with a twist.
Yeah.
And so I opened the show with a big number. Within the middle of it, my dancers, the J8s, are dancing their lives away, and I'm introducing what's coming up, and then we have a secret thing that the audience at home will see what's going to happen, so our studio audience won't know. It's all very technical there.
Isn't it?
We got. Do you know what we got lined up next?
What?
A track from music.
which you know is available.
It's available in all retail.
What about
products.
us is the track that was written? You guys had no clue what that was when I listened to you earlier.
No,
it's not Michael Jackson. Why would I sing a Michael Jackson?
It's the World song or something. That's
yes,
actually called, isn't it?
This What About Us was written by Gary Barlow.
Oh,
especially for you.
It was written. It was sourced for me. It was sourced for me because I said to Sony I really wanted to do if I had a dream, one of my dreams, to have someone write a song for me, it would be Gary Barlow, and they went and sourced it. I'm sure it was from one of his catalogs, but. You know, he texted me after he heard it and he said, "John, you did a great... John, it's Gary Barlow, you know, Andy Peters' friend." And I was like, of course I know who Gary Barlow is.
Funny.
You know what I mean?
He was just politely saying why he would text you out the blue, though. That sounds like a well-brought-up boy.
Yes, but I was very excited. My hand was like that when the phone...
Really?
Gary Barlow texted me. Come on, please.
Big news.
Was he up the mountain when he did it?
No.
With Ronan?
No.
Yeah, they were up a mountain together,
about two pop guys that I kind of like are Ronan and Gary.
Yeah.
Well, let's...
I was very jealous of that girl who sang a duet with Ronan.
Right. Your chance will come, John. Here's
John, we're going to talk until you sing.
Yeah, that's
Don't
what
tell us when
do.
it comes in.
Like DJs.
We like to do this because
that's right.
Well, what DJs
just
do.
keep talking because...
John, you can't cheat. You know when you're going to sing.
All right, well, I won't talk to you.
You know, I've just discovered there's a thing on this computer that actually tells you.
Oh,
look
John,
at that thing. 4, 3, 2, and John sings round about now. Beginning of that record, very lovely, John. Very lovely to see it. Beginning of that record, John sort of leaned over and presented Catherine and I with gifts.
Oh,
very,
lovely.
very nicely.
Fantastic.
Tell the truth.
And then said,
to be honest, I just got them free at the last thing of that.
I'm recycling.
Regifting.
That's brilliant.
But regifting, but that was
That's a good
because I
one
remember
to
coming into
regift.
your
Look at
trailer.
that.
Tell him
Yeah.
why I gave you that candle.
He came in. Yeah, but I'm not in the same trailer now.
Did you get a new one?
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
John has got me a fantastic. Is this a candle?
Yes. You can't say the name of it.
I can't, but I can say what flavour it is. It's
Go on.
white narcissus and jasmine.
White narcissist.
But you don't want to talk, John. I mean, God bless them, but when you kept all those dogs in your trailer down there,
Yeah, I know.
it wasn't the most fragrant place. In
No,
the
but
world.
I was conscious of it, and I made sure it was
Yeah.
clean when they were done.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You've
But Catherine's didn't smell like dogs. Catherine had a problem with her toilet.
Oh,
The plumbing, because
Yeah.
sometimes in those trailers the plumbing backfires
yeah,
a little
these are the
bit.
trailers that you that are portable dressing rooms when we're on location. Obviously.
And the guys who look after them, they're really good.
Fantastic.
But when a problem something goes wrong, it goes wrong.
You don't want to back up on a chemical toilet.
Well, you
That is
don't. That's
not
why
something
when I went in there, I mean, when I first went into the trailer, when I started the full series,
Yeah.
it'd been the trailer that Kylie had used. Lots of Kylie candles all the way around.
Really?
And we know why. Because she didn't like the smell either.
No, I imagine Kylie was rather affronted to be forced with a chemical loo smell. She's a bit too fragrant for that.
She's one of us, though.
She's one of us. I'm not
Yeah.
saying she's not. She's very, very much one of us. But you don't stink up Kylie's trailer with a chemical toilet.
You
That's
let
not-
Kylie
that's not
stink
how
up
you
the
do
trailer.
things. Yeah, if she wants to stink up the
She
trailer,
can
that's
stink
her
it up.
decision.
Kylie can do
That's
whatever
it.
she
Kylie can
likes.
do whatever she likes. She's Kylie.
The law of Kylie.
Kylie with a K.
I know him so well.
Yeah. All right. I heard you earlier, and it's not me singing an American John
That
and
would
a
be
Scottish
so
John.
funny,
That
though,
would
John.
be brilliant,
Although
actually.
I'd quite like
Got
to hear
to do
about
that.
that.
You would?
Yeah.
And you've
You
got
would?
to do it in a big fur hat. One in a big fur hat. One was in a big fur hat.
Nothing is so good it lasts eternally. Perfect situations must go wrong, but it takes time to understand the man.
There it is. That would be good.
Oh, I
Yeah,
used to
no,
love
So
it's
what
Da-
is the solo version of that?
Well, Danny Boys, who was one of the Joseph Boys, who I supported,
Danny Boy.
and he's now doing
Boy's a
Avenue
comedian.
Q, and he I asked him to
yes.
come and sing it with me because it's always been sung with two women
Yeah.
about a man, and me being slightly doing things with a John Barrowman twist,
Slightly
gay-
theatrical.
slightly theatrical and gay. I've two boys singing about another guy. So, and then we have the solo version, which is just me singing.
Okay.
It's actually a really good. Elaine Page played it a lot on her Radio 2 show on Sundays, which was really, really kind of him and nice.
I was thinking about you being a gay gentleman. Not something you're afraid to admit.
No.
And because Hollywood, and even still in this country, there's still sometimes
There are no
this
gay
sense
actors in Hollywood.
that you're not allowed
There
to
are
admit
Oh,
none.
to be
please! There's plenty of gay
John,
actors
there are
out
none.
there.
Of course there are.
and
But
they're
there's- sense you're
they're
not allowed to
still
admit to it.
stuck in that closet.
Yeah. And the idea being that if you do that, female fans won't be able to fancy you. But
Not
I've been at
attractive.
one of your concerts,
Mm-hmm.
and it's rammed to the gunnels with ladies who would like to lick you up and down.
Yeah, well, I think it's because I don't. If I had the formula, I would bottle it and sell it, right? And I'd be marketing that right now.
You'd
Sure.
be on this show promoting
Yes.
it.
What would your aroma
In
be
fact,
called?
you'd have given us a bottle, wouldn't you?
Narcissist. It's I don't know why, but I think they appreciate, audiences appreciate honesty, and they appreciate you being yourself.
Well, it proves it's not an issue, doesn't it?
Well, of course it's not an issue.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say I'm not there to bring. It's not my job to bring people out of the closet. Absolutely not, because there might be an emotional reason as to why they're not admitting it themselves, and that's perfectly fine. But if you're not doing it because you're afraid you're going to lose your job or
Your career,
someone's going to treat you differently, then you know what? You got to step up to the plate and become a real man or a woman and start speaking honestly, because it's detrimental. I get so many letters, David. I know you get these kind of letters, and you too, Catherine, from people who watch us on television, in Doctor Who, or in the other stuff that we do, they say, you've changed our lives. And I get that all the time, from teenage boys and girls, and they'll say, I feel more confident in myself. And it's not necessarily about being gay or straight. It's about, building that confidence and having some kind of I don't like using the word, but I'm going to say it, that kind of role model. And there's no issue with that, really. But when you get, from an 18-year-old who says, I was thinking about, committing suicide, but I see you as a man who is, comfortable with himself and da-da-da-da-da, can you help me? I feel the same, but I don't know how to go about it. And I put them in touch with organizations that will help them, So it's not an issue anymore.
No.
Good. We should play a record.
That was kind of heavy, wasn't it? Let's do something fun.
It's good. Let's play some pop.
Yeah, let's play
come
some...
on.
Let's play
Pop
what we got
music.
left. We've got 3 tracks left.
Hold on. I so did not know your real name was McDonald.
You didn't?
I didn't. Now that I know David Tennant, you chose the gay icon to get your name from. I love you even more. This is pop music. Okay, I was just checking. Catherine's practicing something.
I am just practicing something. Like, would you read that as if there's a comma there?
Just read it all out as it is in front of you.
Okay,
it's not for another
comma.
4 minutes. Don't worry.
I know.
No comma.
No comma.
But it's probably the easiest thing you've had to do all morning. But I'm glad you're getting nervous about it.
Don't
worry about it.
But see, that amazes me because you have a photograph. We were saying this the other day.
It's not about memory of the lines. It's about I don't know what those 3 words mean, really. So I don't know whether you...
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
I know, because you won't let me say it now.
Don't say it now. That spoils the magic.
Yes.
If you say it now, Vanilla Fudge will start talking.
Yeah.
Is Vanilla Fudge here? Oh, really?
It's not Vanilla Fudge today.
It's
not Vanilla Fudge.
Someone Salmon.
I love that they have
a
radio newsreader on this called Vanilla Fudge. How can you say, the world's all going...
Because she's delicious.
The world's going awful, but here's Vanilla Fudge.
Here's Vanilla Fudge to tell
you. On
you.
a lighter note, here's Vanilla Fudge.
She managed to say it quite... This is the news, I'm Vanilla Fudge.
But you know what they should do? Some companies should make vanilla fudge.
They should, actually.
Yeah, they should.
And they should market it for children in need next year.
There you go.
There's a BBC idea.
People buy it and then they make money for children in need.
You can
Great,
have
I'd buy
for
some.
free, that idea.
And every little piece
like
of fudge you open's got a little bit of bad news on it. You've got to have a twist.
Now, John, we should also talk about Torchwood, who's coming back soon.
Yeah.
I saw the first episode.
I know.
It's brilliant.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's properly brilliant. It's always been good, but it's brilliant.
No, it's coming in June or July. I don't think they've decided on any dates yet, but it's 5
days in 1 week.
5 days in 1 week, so it's like an epic kind of mini series. And we've moved to BBC One, so we're on the same channel now. But it's I'm excited about it because it's complete. It's darker. It's more action. It's got everything you can imagine from like a kind of a BBC One kind of big drama. I'm selling to the converted here, really.
You are.
Well, you're just telling to the faithful listeners out there.
Yeah, no, and it is. It's an amazing show. And, we've got Gareth David Lloyd, myself, Eve Miles, Kyle.
Peter Capaldi.
What?
Peter Capaldi.
Yeah. I mean,
Nick Farrell's in it.
Yes.
There's all sorts of posh actors in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and John Barrowman.
Brilliant.
Cam Jack show. But and Eros, Lynn, who directed it, who's done many a Doctor Who.
He's directing us right now.
Yeah, and he's
Cardiff,
absolutely a wonderful director, and it was great to go back to it because. I want to talk about the stuff that happens, but I can't because it'll be
Don't give it away.
But you just need to watch it because you will go on a roller coaster ride over the course of the 5 episodes. I'm looking forward to it. I see the episode this coming week.
It's really good. Really,
it was on my birthday, so I didn't get to come because I went out. Scott wanted to take me out to dinner.
Where'd you go?
I went to the Ivy.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
Oh, you're very showbiz.
Well, you got to do it sometimes.
Who was there?
Oh, nobody.
No.
No, it was
you were there.
No one was there. No, I don't. I can't remember who was there actually. But I took Jodie.
Whoever was there, everyone was looking at John.
That's true.
Well,
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, come on,
we've got to say goodbye. It's like it's all over. The 3 hours has flown by.
But guess what? We get to hear Catherine. This
is what Catherine's been rehearsing all morning.
But can I say, BBC Radio 2, you guys should come back and do this.
Oh,
again.
we've had such fun.
We have had a hoot.
It's been great.
We really have.
It was nice to wake up this morning, snuggled in my duvet, listening to your voices, make fun of me.
It's only because we love you, John. Thank you for coming in. Thank you to the Proclaimers for coming in. Thank you to Paul Merton for coming in. Thank you for Radio 2 for letting us.
Thank you to John Barrowman.
Thank you to John Barrowman.
Oh, let's hear that.
And now, Catherine, take it away.
This is BBC Radio 2, online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM.
Beautiful.
And